Welcome inside Labatt Memorial Park here for London Majors Baseball on a Friday night from Labatt Memorial Park. This is Majors TV coverage here of the Intercounty Baseball League. We welcome you up to the Game Day London broadcast booth. I'm Noah Smith bringing you the action tonight, solo broadcasting as the London Majors welcome the Welland Jackfish to town for the first time this season. The Majors and Jackfish, not their first time meeting though. There's already been 2 trips down at Welland Stadium and both of those going the way of the Welland Jackfish. So the Jackfish coming in here looking to make it 3 straight against the Majors to start the year and build atop their first place performance so far in the IBL. And the London Majors, they're looking to turn the tide against the Jackfish this season and do it on home soil where the Majors know that they can play well and bring out their best. The Majors coming off a win on Tuesday night here against the Hamilton Cardinals, a game in which started out not in their favor, down 6-0 after the first 2 innings. The Majors battled back, scoring unanswered runs to beat the Hamilton Cardinals on Tuesday night, and they'll look to do so. The Welland Jackfish, they're coming off a game just last night in which they lost on home soil for the first time this year against the Guelph Royals. They had a good 9th inning comeback, but it ended with the run standing in scoring position, unable to come home. They'll look to see if they can get back into their winning ways tonight here against the London Majors. They're announcing the starting lineups for the London Majors. Let's go ahead and check out the starting lineup for the visiting Welland Jackfish, brought to you by eathealthyeats.ca. As you see it on your screen there, Gianfranco Morello will lead things off for the Welland Jackfish. He is in center field, and he is a guy that you're going to want to watch coming into this ball game, the leadoff man, and a guy that can really kickstart things for the Welland Jackfish. Mateo Porchelato will be the second hitter for the Welland Jackfish. Brandon Nicholson behind him in the 3 spot. Zarly Sina in the Welland Jackfish uniform playing first base today. James Smybert, Ethan Hunt, Matt Hildebrandt, the DH in today's ball game, and then Cole Cote, Hogan Brown, the round out the Welland Jackfish lineup coming into this ball game, looking to try and maintain their first place lead here in the Intercounty Baseball League standings. The starting pitcher they're going to have to go up against, though, Owen Boone, who's been oh so good to start this year. As we take a look at the starting pitchers, Owen Boone 4-0 to start the 2022 season. The ERA sitting at 3.94, so the Majors giving him lots of run support to get that 4-0 record. K per 9 at 11.2, walks per 9 way down at 2.7. On the other side of things, Scott Gillespie will be the starting pitcher for the Welland Jackfish. 2-0 to start things, 4.20 ERA, 10.8 K per 9, and a 5.4 walks per 9. They're just about to do the national anthems here at Labatt Memorial Park, so we'll go ahead and we'll take a break for commercials. When we come back, first pitch here from Labatt Memorial Park on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah.
I have to say, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. eathealthyeats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickert Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo, for any artwork that you need done, for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house, from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Anthem's complete as we welcome you back to Majors TV coverage of the Inter-County Baseball League. It's the Welland Jackfish and the London Majors, 1 versus 2 in the IBL standings here on a gorgeous Friday night in the Forest City. We're just about ready to get underway here. Cleveland Brownlee actually honored before the game. We didn't know it, but a week ago he broke the Majors' all-time RBI record here on home soil. It just took us now to figure it out in the records books, but they able to honor Cleveland on field before the game, and now we have our ceremonial first pitch out there on the mound. Let's see if that's a strike. Yeah, right down the middle. Just how you want to start a Friday night as he shakes up Owen Boone, and we'll get set to continue our warm-ups. Let's check out the Inter-County Baseball League standings here coming into this ball game as you see what's on the line early here. Still in June, still lots of games to play before we reach the halfway point of the season, but these two teams, they're expected to battle it out throughout the year at 1 and 2. Welland sitting in first place right now, 12 wins, 3 losses in their first 15 games. The Majors just 1.5 games behind them in the standings. They could make that half a game with a win tonight. That's what they'll be looking to do, and that's what Owen Boone will look to try and help his Majors to in this ball game. The London Majors on defense. Drew Lawrence, Austin Wilkie, and Starling Joseph across the outfield from left to right. Gibson Kurzminski, Keith Candell, Chris McQueen, and Phil Whalen, the infield from left to right. Robert Mullen, of course, behind the dish for the Majors. And Owen Boone on the mound to toe the rubber in this ball game. It'll be Gianfranco Morello to lead things off for the Jackfish in the ball game. We'll try to get things started as we welcome you wherever you're tuned in from here on the London Majors YouTube page. Good crowd here at Labatt Park tonight. Busy weekend last weekend with the Fanshawe College Employee Appreciation Night, and then packed the park on Sunday. We saw some good crowds through the gates last weekend. Another good one here to take in some baseball on this Friday evening. The Majors on the road for Saturday and Sunday, so the only chance that London fans have to catch the team at home this week is tonight. We get a couple of chances next week, the Canada Day game on Friday, and then another game Sunday. Here at the friendly confines of Labatt Memorial Park, Gianfranco Morello will step to the plate and get ready to lead things off here for the Jackfish in the top half of inning number 1. Steps into that left-hand batter's box as Owen Boone and Robert Mullen now will get set. Robert Mullen still getting set behind the plate, and now it looks like he is, so we're ready to go. Morello, that crouch stance in the left-hand batter's box, will take that first pitch for a strike. First pitch at 7:40 p.m., and we're underway here from London. Boone into his delivery here. The righty comes to the plate, just missing on the outside corner. Mullen was set up off the plate. Doesn't get the call. It's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery here from the Majors right-hander. Morello squares around, pulls back, and watches that one sail past him for ball 2. Now Boone ready again here. Pitch to Morello, a big swing and a miss. Jackfish center fielder now in the 2-2 count after Owen Boone puts that one past him. We'll see what Boone and Mullen decide to come with here against the Jackfish leadoff hitter. Two to the plate. Hit on the ground. Slowly off to second base. McQueen comes in. The throw is going to be wide of first base and head towards the Jackfish dugout. Into second base goes Morello. And an error to start the ball game. We'll have the Jackfish with a runner in scoring position. Mateo Porcelato now will come to the plate with a man in scoring position. Just the way the Jackfish wanted to start this ball game. As Boone has to work from the stretch early on. To the plate, bunted. That one's popped in the air. Robert Mullen's going to have it. So a nice first pitch out, and now no one is covering third base. And what a heads-up play by Gianfranco Morello to move up 90 feet to third. Majors caught sleeping. And now there's one gone here after the pop-out, but the Jackfish are 90 feet away from scoring to open up the ball game. Majors corner is going to play in here on the edge of the grass as Nicholson comes to the plate. First pitch to him, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh-1 delivery just off the plate from Boone. Good location there. Count to 1-1. Nicholson here in a 1-1 count, and he's got a runner at third base with just one gone in the inning. Pitch to the plate, breaking ball called a strike. And Owen Boone is going to get ahead 1-2. Be important for him here to try and get this out. Zarlicina stands on deck for the Jackfish, who are pressing early here in the top of the first. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. The off-speed pitch got him, and Owen Boone with a strikeout for out number 2. And a big strikeout at that for the right-hander, as he looks to try and strand a runner in scoring position. He's got another out to get here as Zarlicina will come to the plate. Pitch from Boone, going to miss outside. Boone falling behind 1-0. Now Boone ready. Quick look over to third. Comes to the plate. That one low. Blocked by Mullen. Leadoff man Morello reached on an error on the throw from Chris McQueen. Advanced to second base to lead off the inning. He then moved up to third on a heads-up play on a bunt pop-out from Porcelato. After the strikeout, he stands at third, looking to get scored here. It's a 2-0 count. Pitch to the plate, called a strike. Fastball right down the middle on Cena, and it's 2-1. Boone taking his time here to work through this first inning. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Called a strike there. Not sure if it was on the pitch or the swing. It looked like Cena went around. Nonetheless, it's a strike, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Fans clapping along, trying to cheer on Owen Boone through this first inning. Right-hander grabs his sign from the catcher, Mullen, who sets up on the inside part of the plate. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Fouled back into the screen. Jammed inside. A nice foul off to stay alive by the Jackfish first baseman. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Boone looking to strand the leadoff man. Able to get around to third. Boone ready on 2-2. Pitch off speed. Hit the other way, right field. Toward the wall, and that one is going to find its way out of play in foul territory. Starling Joseph gave it a run all the way off onto the dirt near the big tree down the right field line, but that one was well foul. Zarley Cena with quite the at-bat here, continuing to battle. A couple of 2-strike foul offs to stay alive. First with a fastball inside. That one looked like the breaking ball from Boone. We'll see what they elect to go with here on 2-2. Once again, Boone to the plate and off the plate with the fastball. And the count moves to full. James Smybert stands on deck here. It is a full count. Here's the 3-2 delivery just inside. And Cena will take the walk to put runners at the corners with 2 gone. And that'll bring up James Smybert to the plate here with 2 gone. Runners at the corners for the Jackfish. Smybert, the lefty here. Welland's shortstop on this Friday night. Pitch to the plate. Going to drop in there for a strike. Owen Boone's going to get ahead 0-1. Runner at first. Cena not with a huge lead. Boone tries to go with the curveball again. That one's going to slip out of his hand and miss outside 1-1. "18 pitches here on the first inning for Owen Boone so far. Jackfish pressing in the top of the first inning. Boone to the plate, missing outside again. Like Mullen wanted that call, appeared to be just off the plate. And now it's a 2-1 count on Smybert. Two-one, swing and a miss. Big fastball up in the zone. Smybert right through it with a big cut. And it's 2-2 here. Once again, Owen Boone looking to work his way out of this jam in the top of the first. Boone ready. Mullen sets up off the plate. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes, and that one's fouled off right into the legs of Mullen. Cena was off on the pitch, trying to advance up 90 feet for the Jackfish. Two and two here on Smybert. He's hitting .275 on the season. 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. Two-two delivery. Boone ready, checks, deals to the plate. Inside, pitch down to 2, not going to get him. And in jogging home comes Morello. No, they did get him. Pardon me, got him on the foot there. And a throw out by Robert Mullen. Strands the Jackfish with a couple of runners on in the first inning. No hits, just an error for the Jackfish. In the top of the first inning, the Majors will head to the bats here in the bottom of the first with the score tied at 0. So we go to the bottom of the first inning here in London. Let's check out the London Majors lineup here as they get set to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. Brought to you by EatHealthyEats.ca. It'll be Austin Wilkie leading things off, the center fielder tonight for London. He'll be playing center field as mentioned, leading things off. Keith Gandel right behind him, the shortstop. Then Cleveland Brownlee, the designated hitter, who's off to a hot start this year, batting in the 3-hole. Robert Mullen right behind him, as he has been all year long. Starling Joseph behind Mullen, and then Drew Lawrence, Gibson Kurzminski playing third base. Phil Whalen and Chris McQueen will round out this London Majors lineup in the bottom of inning number 1 as they get set to face off here against Gillespie for the Jackfish. We talked about in the pregame show the ERA a little bit higher than Owen Boone's coming into this matchup, but despite that, expecting to be a pitcher's matchup here at Labatt Park tonight. Two very good arms. Getting set to do battle. Austin Wilkie had a big home run. Earlier this week, he'll look to stay hot at the plate here to lead things off for the Majors. Keith Gandel's been hitting a hot bat as well this year. As it looks like Scott Gillespie ready on the mound here for his final warm-up pitch, and then we'll be set to go in the bottom of inning number 1. A few other games going on in the Intercounty Baseball League tonight. Toronto is in Hamilton taking on the Cardinals, and Guelph is in Brantford taking on the Red Sox. That game starting momentarily at Arnold Anderson Stadium. Here in London, it is the Jackfish and Majors on Majors TV. Austin Wilkie will step up to lead things off now. In the bottom half of inning number 1. Here's the first pitch, the delivery from Gillespie there for a strike as he gets ahead 0-1 here on Austin Wilkie. Cote will grab the sign and set up at the bottom of the zone. Gillespie now into his windup. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Just off the plate to Wilkie. Doesn't get the call, so the count moves to 1-1. Big right-hander for the Jackfish. Gets set to deal on the 1-1 delivery. Bottom of the zone. Once again, struggle to catch that one, Cote, but it's called a strike, 2-1. right at the bottom corner. Coming in there hot, and Cote for the first 2 strikes of the ball game has struggled to hold on to it. Austin Wilkie should take note of that in case he does go down on strikes here. Here's the 1-2. Wilkie fouled off into the screen on the first base side towards the Welland dugout. Wilkie will stay alive. Wilkie digs in, ready for the 1-2. Gillespie to the plate, fouled off again. Wilkie just a little bit behind on the Gillespie fastball. Trying to catch up to it here. We'll see if the Jackfish elect to switch things up and go with the off-speed pitch early on in the ball game. Keith Gandel stands on deck for the Majors. Now Gillespie ready. Swing and a miss. Fastball right by Austin Wilkie. And it's a strikeout to start the ball game for Scott Gillespie. 1 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. So Keith Gandel now to the plate for the Majors. One gone in the inning after the strikeout to lead things off. Fouled straight back into the screen by Gandel. Gillespie able to get ahead. 0-1 in the count. Sherwood Park, Alberta native. As the 0-1 misses upstairs to Gandel. Pitched last year out in the Western Canadian Baseball League. Last couple of summers, actually, with the Edmonton Prospects Club. Here's the 1-1 delivery from the right-hander. Inside to Gandel, who has to duck out of the way of that one. Bends his way backwards. Count moves in his favor at 2 balls and 1 strike. Healthy dose of fastballs here for Gillespie to start the ball game. Gets a swing right through that fastball by Gandel. If it's working, why not stick with it here? That's the mindset so far from Cote behind the plate and Gillespie on the mound. Swing and a miss. Fastball right through Keith Gandel's bat, and there's 2 gone here to start the bottom of the first inning on back-to-back strikeouts by Scott Gillespie. So that'll bring Cleveland Brownlee to the plate. Greeted by the hometown crowd here as he gets set for his first at-bat of this one. Currently leading the IBL in home runs and runs batted in. 3rd in the average race. His teammate Robert Mullen, who stands on deck, leads that category. One 1-0 here after the fastball off the plate to Brownlee. Ready here on the 1-0 delivery. Here's Gillespie. Brownlee right through it. Good cut at that one, but the count moves to 1-1. Brownlee taking his time to gather himself after that swinging strike. Ready for the 1-1. Upstairs with it. Gets Brownlee to chase. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now on the Majors' designated hitter. Majors trying to put something in play here in the first inning. Have had no luck so far. 2 strikeouts for Scott Gillespie. And he's up 1-2 here on Brownlee. Delivery. Brownlee hits that one into left field for a base hit. Stays right on it. And the Majors have their first hit. Brownlee continues with a hot start to the season to bring up the IBL average leader, Robert Mullen, with 2 gone here in the inning. Brownlee's single gives the chance for the Majors to extend the inning. And with that, of course, a chance for Robert Mullen to swing. Now Mullen, broken bat. That one's going to loop into left field for a base hit. Jammed him, but he was still able to get enough on it to reach first with a single. And the Majors have back-to-back hits here with 2 gone. And that'll bring up Starling Joseph with 2 outs here in the first inning. So after 2 strikeouts, looking untouchable on the mound, Scott Gillespie. He gets to the heart of the Majors order, and Brownlee finds a single into left field. Then Robert Mullen, swinging on the first pitch, breaks a bat and reaches first base with a base hit. And just like that, Gillespie in a little bit of trouble on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss well outside. Brownlee and Mullen are going to advance 90 feet on the play. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Starling Joseph. Gillespie will take some time back to the mound here. Still just 1 good pitch away from getting out of this first inning. At 17 pitches so far in the first. 1-0 delivery. Joseph fouled straight back into the screen right on the fastball. Count moves to 1-1 here on the London Majors right fielder. One off the plate. Joseph takes that one, and the count moves to 2-1. Gillespie struggling on that first base side of the rubber. Oh, comes with an off-speed pitch up in the zone, and it's called a strike. And the Labatt Park crowd will let the home plate umpire hear about that one. Starling Joseph knew that one was up. On, I believe, what was one of the first off-speed pitches we've seen so far tonight from Scott Gillespie. Now the 2-2 off the plate, missed outside, and the count will move to full here on Starling Joseph. Drew Lawrence stands in the on-deck circle trying to get a chance to swing the bat here in this inning. Gillespie, 3-2. Joseph hit in the air. Right center field. This one's tracking back, and this one's going to hit off the base of the wall. Joseph strolls into second base. 2 runs coming to score on the RBI double, and the Majors lead 2-0. And the Labatt Park crowd cheers for that one. The Majors out in front to an early 2-0 lead after 3 straight hits here in the bottom of the first. Got a second look at it there on your screen. The double by Starling Joseph. Scoring a pair of runs. And now Drew Lawrence will look to try and extend the inning here for London. First pitch to him bounces to the plate. Joseph in scoring position here for Drew Lawrence, who will look to try and find a way on. Just pass along the baton. Looking back to second, Gillespie. Now to the plate, breaking ball. Upstairs and again called a strike. Second time that off-speed pitch has been thrown here. Second time it's been called as the Majors find out where the top of the zone is. It's 1-1. This next pitch, number 25 in the inning for Gillespie. To the plate. Lawrence takes it upstairs, 2-1. On deck is Gibson Kurzminski, the first lefty in the order for the Majors. Actually a switch hitter who against the righty here will swing from the left side. Joseph off on the pitch, and he's going to be into third base. So Joseph took off on the 2-1. And without a throw, gets into third and now is 90 feet away. Pitch to the plate. Lawrence takes that one. And the count moves to full after the called strike. Three-two pitch. Off the plate outside, and it'll be a walk here to put runners at the corners and bring up Gibson Kurzminski here with two gone. All of this for the Majors, keep in mind, with two outs after back-to-back strikeouts started the bottom of the first. Scott Gillespie looked like he was cruising through the first, and then he met Cleveland Brownlee, who ripped a base hit into left field. Robert Mullen followed it up with a broken bat single. And the big blast so far is Starling Joseph, 2 RBI double to right center field. First pitch to the plate. Kurzminski will take it, and it's called a strike, 0-1. Kurzminski, 272 average so far since joining the Majors. 4 runs batted in. Another big one standing at third as he rips that foul ball back into the screen. In the process, falls behind 0-2 in the count. Lawrence takes his lead just at the cut of the grass at first base. Gillespie ready on the 0-2. To the plate. Kurzminski off the end of the bat, but into deep center field. Underneath it, Morello, and he's going to be there to make the catch and end the bottom of the first inning, but not before the Majors grab 2 big runs on the double from Starling Joseph to go up 2-0 here. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Majors in the bottom half of inning number 1. We'll go to the second here in London. You're watching Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty
Listen, I'm the brains here.
and Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
Back inside Labatt Memorial Park on Majors TV coverage of the Intercounty Baseball League. We work our way to the top half of inning number 2, and the Majors out in front to an early 2-0 lead here over the visiting Welland Jackfish. 2 runs on a big double by Starling Joseph in the bottom half of the first inning. And now the Majors back to work on defense here as Owen Boone back out to the mound. This time with a lead. First pitch there for a strike, so he's going to get ahead 0-1. James Smybert, who was up in the bottom of the first inning when Zarlicina was caught stealing to end the frame. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly down 0-2. Can do wonders for a pitcher when you get through a first inning, a little bit of trouble, a couple of base runners reach, and then your team stakes you to a couple of runs in the bottom half. Called strike 3, outside corner on James Smybert, and it's a strikeout on 3 pitches for Owen Boone to start the second. Great job there by Boone coming right at him. You could see he was working with a little bit of a quicker pace already here in the second. And that fastball found the outside corner. And pardon me, that was Ethan Hunt up to lead off the inning, so now it'll be Matt Hildebrandt. Takes that first pitch for a strike. And it's 0-1. Delivery again. That one's going to miss, so the count evens up at a ball and a strike here. This one fouled off on a big cut by Hildebrandt, and it's 1-2. One-two count here on Hildebrandt. Boone ready to the plate. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout there. Owen Boone's got 2 strikeouts here in the second to start the inning, and there are 2 gone. That one came right at him on the fastball. So now Cole Cote, the catcher for Welland. Number 8 hitter in the order, batting with 2 gone here in the top half of the second. First pitch missing low in the zone from Owen Boone. He falls behind 1-0 here on the catcher. Delivery upstairs, so Owen Boone falling behind 2-0. Been all around the zone so far. Just a couple pitches missing here to start the at-bat to Cote. 2-0. Hit. One hop. McQueen has to be quick with it. The throw, and that one's going to go wide of first base again. Second error of the ball game for Chris McQueen. Got it on a hop, but bobbled it right away and then had to rush the throw over to first base. And the error will allow a runner to reach with 2 gone in the inning. So now Owen Boone's going to have to try and get himself another ground ball or find another way to get an out here to work himself out of this top half of the second inning as Hogan Brown comes to the plate. Welland's left fielder trying not to turn the lineup over as Gianfranco Morello stands in the on-deck circle with 2 gone. First pitch is going to be fouled back into the screen. And Boone's able to get ahead 0-1 here on Hogan Brown. Quick little chat there from Robert Mullen to Owen Boone. He pointed over towards first base, possibly telling him to, hey, just keep an extra eye on Cote. Maybe telling him not to worry about Cote. Doesn't have a big lead at first base. Off-speed pitch, 0-2. Good pitch there from Owen Boone, and he's ahead of Hogan Brown now. After 2 straight strikes to start the at-bat. Boone checks, now ready as he grabs the sign. Here's the 0-2 delivery, called strike 3. Catches the bottom of the zone, and it's a punch-out for Owen Boone of Hogan Brown. Strikes out the sign in the top half of the second, and the Majors will head back onto the bats in the bottom half of inning number 2, maintaining that 2-0 lead.
London Majors would like to thank all of our sponsors, Tourism London, Boston Home, Tennessee Printing, Radcliffe Real Estate Team, Booth Organic and Booster, Bank Properties, Peter Carr Preferred Insurance, Fanshawe College, Labatt Brewery, North Star Ice, Fanshawe Comfort Services, Tom Ross, Royal LePage, John Arts Group. Tommy Guns Barber Shop, Railway City Breweries, Mad London Game From Driving, Dr. Alex Wilson, Power Attraction, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada, My Understanding Program, Udoma, Max Estrogen Mortgage Agent from Line Group, Great Canadian Bus Line, Bangarang, Beach Sports, London Sports Express, Morton Foods, Coca-Cola, HIE, Canada Bread, Mogan Shrine, and Center for Sports in Rollins, Canada.
There's lots of other things going on in the sports world tonight. We'll make sure to keep everyone updated throughout the evening. That is our pledge to you this evening. So Dr. Welland today joining us here this evening. Sending up by us, of course, my in Winnipeg, the base of Blue Bombers. We update on all of that as well as 2 other games being replaced in the Academy. All of that brought to you by Fanshawe College.
So throw down to second and ready to go here in the bottom half of the second inning. Phil Whalen will lead things off here for the Majors as Scott Gillespie looks to have a little bit more of a clean second inning. Looked like he was off to a good start in the first after 2 strikeouts, but then the Majors were able to push 2 runs across after 3 straight hits in the heart of the order. First pitch inside is going to miss for a ball. That one going to miss as well, so quickly Gillespie falling behind 2-0 here. Gillespie ready. Grabs his sign, and now the delivery off speed. Catches the top of the zone again. 2-1. On Welland, it's Chris McQueen behind him, and then the Majors will turn over the order here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss on the curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Gillespie relied a lot on the fastball in the first and ended up getting hit a couple of times on it. He's now gone to the curveball in this second inning. Pitch called strike 3, and Gillespie has got another strikeout here. This one starts the bottom of the second inning. So Chris McQueen will come to the plate with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch to McQueen, called a strike. Gillespie getting ahead 0-1. See if he settles down here in the bottom of inning number 2. As mentioned, the Majors 2 runs on 3 hits in that bottom of the first inning. Now McQueen will slap at one, foul it off. Out of play on the third base side and falls behind 0-2. Gillespie certainly has that strikeout stuff. We've already seen it here in the ball game. Good hard breaking ball, and of course the electric fastball. Ready here to the plate, fastball well outside. One and 2 on Chris McQueen. 1 gone here in the inning. Majors leading 2-0. Here on a gorgeous Friday night at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. McQueen once again staying alive as he lines that one into the seats down the third base line. Gillespie looking to try and get his second out here of the inning. McQueen staying alive at the plate, ready here on the 1-2. Curveball just outside, didn't get it to break enough. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the Majors' second baseman. Austin Wilkie on deck, of course. Pitch missing to McQueen again. 3 balls and 2 strikes now as the count works full. Chris can really run if he gets on. Trying to find any way he can here with 1 out in the inning. Fouled off again by Chris McQueen. Manny does a good job at battling at the plate. We say it time and time again when he gets his at-bats. He'll sometimes fall behind, and then he does exactly what he does here. Works it back into more of a favorable count, continues the battle. And whether it's a walk or a hit, tries to find his way on any way he can. Gillespie trying to find out number 2. Here's the pitch to the plate. McQueen fouled back into the screen once again. Continuing with the fantastic job of making Scott Gillespie work here in the bottom half of the second inning. McQueen now slaps it the other way. This one tailing towards foul territory, and it's going to drop foul. Just a couple of feet off the line and left. But once again, stays alive here on 3-2. Gillespie taking his time on the mound. Chris McQueen had to get back into the batter's box there. Now he's ready. The leg kick from the ready. Deals to the plate. McQueen will foul it off once again. And we'll have to have another 3-2 pitch from Gillespie. All this with one out. Three-two upstairs, and Chris McQueen will take the walk after a fantastic at-bat where he just kept on battling it off against Scott Gillespie. Foul ball after foul ball, and takes the walk on the pitch upstairs to put him at first base as the lineup turns over for the Majors, and Austin Wilkie bats again here in the bottom of the second inning. So Wilkie digs into the right-hand batter's box as McQueen takes his lead over at first base. Checks on. Gillespie now to inside, and that one's going to drill Wilkie. Got a piece of his back, and he'll head down to first base. So walking a hit batter will put two runners on here for the Majors with one out in the inning, and now Keith Candell will come to the plate. Also a strikeout victim his first time around. So here is Keith Candell, one gone in the inning. Majors have Chris McQueen at second. Austin Wilkie at first. First pitch outside. McQueen's going to take off, throw down, and now he's going to be at a rundown. Heading back towards second, tagged out, but Wilkie will advance up to second base. McQueen took off after the ball was in the dirt, but it was picked up by Cote, and a heads-up play to throw it down to third to get McQueen for the second out of the inning. So now Keith Candell will still have a runner in scoring position. This time it's the only runner on base. Two gone in the inning now, and the count at 1-0. Grounder off the glove of Gillespie, right to second base. Throw to one in time to get Candell. So it looked like the Majors might have had something going there with one gone, with a couple of runners on, but the Jackfish get out of it in the second inning. The Majors holding on to a 2-0 lead here as we go to inning number 3. You're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo, for any artwork that you need done, for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with a faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning, currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me.
Back here on your home for London Majors Baseball, Majors TV. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are tonight. It's a gorgeous Friday night here in London at the ballpark, and the Majors have got themselves out to a good start here against the first place Welland Jackfish. 2-0 here on couple of runs scored in the first inning. Owen Boone back out to the mound for inning number 3 here. A much better second inning after a couple of runners were able to reach in inning number 1, getting all the way up to third base before a strikeout ended the frame. First pitch from Boone to the plate. That one just missing. A bit of a tight zone so far for both sides. 1-0 nonetheless. One and one here as Gianfranco Morello bats for the second time in the ball game. This one bunted, third base line, and picking it up just foul is Kurzminski, pardon me. Gorgeous bunt there from Morello. Had it not hit the lip of the grass, just inside the line, might have had himself a base hit, and he's got to come back and swing now on 1 and 2. As Owen Boone will look to try and put him away for out number 1. Morello reached in the first on an error charged to second baseman Chris McQueen. It's a 1-2 count here. Owen Boone ready to the plate. Called strike 3 on Morello. Outside edge, and Morello has a gripe with the home plate umpire on his way back to the Jackfish dugout. But it's out number 1 for Owen Boone here in the top half of the third inning. So Mateo Porcelato will come to the plate here for the Jackfish. Back in the first inning, after the error allowed Morello to reach, he tried to bunt, but he popped it up to the catcher and was retired for the first out. First pitch called a strike to him as the breaking ball from Boone catches the inside edge. And it's 0-1. Boone ready. Play kick delivery again. This one hit over to second base. Chris McQueen this time will throw it easily over to first base. And it's in time to get the out. Out number 2 for Owen Boone, and an efficient job so far to start the third inning. So Brennan Nicholson now to the plate. As Mullen has that one pop off his glove. Nicholson was a strikeout victim his first time around against Owen Boone. Pitch from the Majors righty, swung on and missed. Gorgeous movement on that pitch from Owen Boone. Mullen sets up the 1-1. They'll check down. He doesn't go around on the swing. Great job to hold up on that one by Brandon Nicholson. Two-one delivery. Boone upstairs, doesn't get him to chase. Nicholson takes it, and the count moves to 3-1. Boone going to have to fight back in this count after falling behind. 3-1 pitch will miss down. It'll be a walk here with 2 outs. And Nicholson will reach as Zarlicina will get a chance to swing the bat here in the 3rd inning. No official at bat for him as he walked his first time around. That walk put runners at the corners for Welland in the 1st inning. Boone checks. Now he comes to the plate. Called a strike as he drops the off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Great job to get ahead from Boone after the 2-out walk. Throwing a lot of strikes tonight in the ballgame. 0-1 upstairs. Mullen will throw back down, and that throw in the dirt blocked by Phil Whalen. Count at 1-1 now for the Majors righty. Nicholson wasn't too far off the bag there, but Robert Mullen, the way he picked it up in the dirt, felt that he had a good throw down. Nicholson took an extra step after the ball was in the dirt, but not nearly far enough to catch him. This one hit off the end of the bat into center field. Coming on Austin Wilkie into shallow center, and he's there to make the catch and retire the side for the Majors against the Jackfish here on the top half of the 3rd inning. So the Jackfish get a base runner, but they are stranded once again here as Owen Boone gets through the top half of inning number 3. And the Majors will head back to the bats in the bottom of the 3rd, holding on to a 2-0 lead here at Labatt Memorial Park.
All right, who wants to run the thing? All right, we already got a kid picked up. Come on down, guys. Come on down. Come on down. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the horses for tonight's race.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit your backs, please. Are we allowed to bet within the confines of Labatt Memorial Park?
I'm actually pretty sure we're supposed to.
Okay.
But I'm not sure we have to hold on the rules there. All right.
I've got the little one in the blue t-shirt.
All right, hold on. All right, here it is. I'll give you an all the marks. I'll give you a 10 seconds. What comes next? Don't go yet. Don't go, not yet. All right, here is the rule, okay? Nobody gets hurt.
So the kids finish running the bases here at Labatt Memorial Park as we'll get set for the bottom half of inning number 3. Majors leading by a score of 2-0, and when Scott Gillespie gets back out onto the mound, he'll have to face off against Cleveland Brownlee. Brownlee got the Majors' first hit of the ball game back in the bottom of the first inning. After 2 straight strikeouts from Scott Gillespie, he reached base. We mentioned a couple other games going on in the Intercounty Baseball League this evening. One of those games, Toronto is in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals. They're in the top of the 5th inning, and Toronto is out in front to a 3-1 lead over the Cardinals. Elsewhere in the IBL, the Guelph Royals are in Brantford taking on the Red Sox after a big win for Guelph on the road last night. In Welland, they beat these Jackfish. It was the first loss of the season at home for Welland, just their 3rd so far of the year. Guelph is up 1-0 on Brantford as of right now, top half of the 2nd inning. That game underway shortly after 8 o'clock. Here in London, we're ready to go in the bottom half of inning number 3. And Cleveland Brownlee will get set to lead things off here for the Pinstripes. Back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Cleveland Brownlee will lead things off. First pitch, off-speed pitch, a good one there from Scott Gillespie, and he gets ahead 0-1 here on Brownlee, who got the first hit there for the Majors. Gillespie ready again here. Pitch, and that one's going to be outside 1-1. Brownlee 1 for 1 so far. After that single in the bottom of inning number 1 that started the Majors rally, came around to score on the Starling Joseph double. That scored a pair of runs. Brownlee, Mullen, Joseph, the first 3 to greet him, and another base hit right back up the middle by Cleveland Brownlee, who stays hot. 2 hits already in the ball game, and he's aboard to lead off the bottom half of inning number 3. Right on that pitch from Gillespie, and now Robert Mullen will get a chance to bat with the man on to start this inning. Right after the Cleveland Brownlee single in the first, Robert Mullen took the first pitch he saw, broke his bat on the swing, but was able to get it into left field for a base knock. And now Mullen will swing at this first pitch, but hits it in the air, right field, down the line, carrying and getting over. A nice play by Nicholson to get Mullen for out number 1, and a good quick recovery there from Scott Gillespie to get a quick out. First out of the bottom of the 3rd. Just on the line was Nicholson there, maybe a tad bit inside it on the right side. So Starling Joseph now steps up to the plate, and his double in the first, the source of the Majors' 2 runs so far in this ball game. Takes a first pitch curveball outside corner. Good location there from Gillespie to start the at-bat, and he's ahead of Starling Joseph. No balls and a strike. Pitch inside. Slipped out of the hand there of Gillespie, 1-1. Brownlee at first after the leadoff single. And now that one's in the dirt. Joseph will take it 2-1. Scott Gillespie is at 55 pitches here in the bottom of the third inning. Bulk of those coming in the first when the Majors scored a couple of runs. 2-1 delivery. Joseph ripped into left field past the diving third baseman Hunt. Brownlee will move up to second. And Starling Joseph is having a good day. He's got 2 hits in his first 2 at-bats. Let's put runners at first and second for the Majors. Drew Lawrence now to the plate as the Majors have a couple of runners on here. Now Lawrence will swing at the first pitch, foul it off back to the screen. And Gillespie will get ahead with the first strike of the at-bat. This one hit on the ground. Third base picked up on a hop. The throw to 2 in time. Throw back to 1 is high, and they're not going to get Lawrence, who runs too good down the line. Fielder's choice will extend the inning here and put runners at the corners for Gibson Kurzminski. Kurzminski flew out to center field in his first at-bat of the ball game. That ended the first inning. Now we'll get another chance with 2 outs in the inning, this time in the third. Try and drive in another run. Fastball off the plate, in and out of the glove quickly of Cote, but he recovers, keeping Drew Lawrence over at first base. Lawrence is off. 1-0, ripped into left field. That one's going to drop in front of Brown. Brownlee will come in to score on the single by Gibson Kurzminski. It's 3-0 Majors. Great job there by Kurzminski to drive it the other way. Drew Lawrence, who was off on the pitch, and to his credit, probably would have been in with a stolen base, will advance up on the hit. Brownlee jogs in to score, and the Majors lead now 3-0 here. Still 2 gone in the inning as now Phil Whalen bats. Taking that first pitch, an off-speed pitch, catching the top of the zone. And it's 0-1. Gillespie checking back at the runner at second. Now comes to the plate. It misses low and inside. As the Jackfish continue to keep a good eye on Lawrence at second. As he gets a healthy lead over at second base. Don't know if he tried to swipe third with 2 gone in the inning here. Couple of steps back, good off-speed pitches swung on and missed there by Whalen. And now he's behind in the count 1-2. Krasminski at first, Lawrence at second. 2 gone here in the inning. 1 run already across for the Majors. And now Gillespie on the mound, ready for a 1-2 pitch. Lawrence is running, swing and a miss at the plate. And Welland is down on strikes to end the frame, but the Majors pick up another run here in the third on the RBI single by Krasminski, and it's a 3-0 Majors lead as we head to the 4th inning. You're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty
Listen, I'm the brains here.
and Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at EatHealthyEats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
Back here on Majors TV across our YouTube page. Thank you for joining in wherever you're watching from on this Friday night. The London Majors out in front to a 3-0 lead in this ball game. 6 hits so far for the Pinstripes, and Owen Boone heads back out to the mound for London in the top half of the 4th inning. James Smybert, was a strikeout victim his first time up. He leads off this inning and looks at the first pitch he sees for a strike. 0-1 for Owen Boone. So a 1 delivery, just missing outside. Boone tried to drop that one on the outside corner. Didn't quite get it there. Now the look, here's Boone again to the plate. This one ripped over to second base. Nice scoop there from McQueen and throw to one in time to get him. Heck of a play from Chris McQueen, and that is the first out at the top of the 4th inning. McQueen already with a couple of throwing errors here early in this ball game. A good recovery on that play as he slid over to his left to make that play, and the throw right on the money for the first out of the inning. Now Ethan Hunt will come to the plate. Strikeout victim his first time around. First pitch upstairs. 1-0. Owen Boone has 6 strikeouts so far in the ball game. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Hit off the bat, right center field, coming over. Nice sliding catch, Austin Wilkie. So a couple of smooth defensive plays for the Majors here on the top half of the 4th inning. That one from Austin Wilkie to make the catch, and there are 2 gone. And that'll bring up Matt Hildebrandt. He was also a strikeout victim first time through the order. as the Jackfish look to get something going here in the top half of inning number 4. Big swing and miss from Hildebrandt, and it's 0-1. Boone from that tall stance on the mound. Into the windup delivery. Now Hildebrandt's going to crush one into right field. Back is Joseph to the warning track, and that one's going to hit off the wall. Joseph gets it in a hurry, but Hildebrandt is into second base. The throw was close, but sliding in there with the 2-out double off the base of the wall is Hildebrandt. And the Jackfish have their first hit of the ball game. Hildebrandt gave that one a ride and hit it to right field. Heading off the base of the wall as Starling Joseph couldn't quite get into the right spot there. Probably had a chance to catch it if he could have got there, but misread it slightly. And the double now puts a runner in scoring position here for the Jackfish. On the ground, back up the middle, coming over Candell, a scoop, the throw to one, in time to get him. Nice play by Keith Candell, the shortstop, coming across to get Cole Cote running down the line. And it's another good inning here for Owen Boone on the mound as he heads through 4 complete innings, keeping the Jackfish off the scoreboard. The Majors lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Bottom of the 4th inning here in London as the Majors get back on the bats. It'll be Chris McQueen to lead things off here for London. He took a walk his first time around. And then the Majors will turn things over to the top half of the order after that. Austin Wilkie and Keith Candell behind him. Scott Gillespie back out onto the mound here for the Jackfish. In the bottom of the 4th inning, pitch count up over 64 now. In the first 3 innings of this ball game. 6 Majors hits to go along with 3 runs. And the Jackfish bats unable as of yet to get really to Owen Boone. That 2-out double by Hildebrandt in the top half of this inning was their first hit of the ball game. Throw down to 2, and it looks like we're just about ready to go here. In the bottom half of the 4th inning, Toronto Blue Jays fans would be pleased to know that their team up 5-0 over the Milwaukee Brewers right now, middle of the 3rd inning in Milwaukee. As Chris McQueen gets set to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the delivery. Gillespie's first pitch is going to be fouled off and into the seats by Chris McQueen. Major's second baseman, as I mentioned, reached first base on a walk. His first time around. Here's the pitch as he squares around, has to pull back as that one hits off his foot, and now he'll head down to first base as a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Gillespie doesn't think that hit the foot, or doesn't think that McQueen pulled back in time. One of those two, as he had a quick conversation with the home plate umpire. Can't speak to whether or not it hit McQueen's foot on this upstairs angle that I have here in the broadcast booth, but it certainly did look like that he did pull back in time. Nonetheless, he's on first base with a leadoff runner here for the Majors in the inning as Austin Wilkie steps into the right-hand batter's box. Takes that first pitch for a strike and falls behind 0-1. Wilkie struck out in the first inning, then got hit by a pitch in the second. Gillespie checks on McQueen, comes to the plate just off the outside edge. Always got to be a little bit extra careful when you have a guy like McQueen on the base pass. Try to be a little quicker to the plate. McQueen's off. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Throw down the 2, not nearly in time to get McQueen, who steals second and moves up to scoring position on the swinging strike against Wilkie. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the Majors leadoff man and center fielder. Gillespie ready here. Checks back at second. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Low in the dirt and blocked. That keeps McQueen at second base, and the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. McQueen not a huge lead at second base right now, getting a good secondary. Wants to make sure that he stays in scoring position. Nobody out, pitched to the plate. That one bounced and picked up by Cote. Three and 2 now as Gillespie in danger of a walk to put on Austin Wilkie. Got to think he's going to attack him here as he steps off the mound, and we'll get a time called. Gillespie ready again now. Grabs his sign, checks back at 2. Here's the delivery as it's fouled off and out of play. Wilkie was on the fastball, but not quite on it enough, and he stays alive in the count. He'll get another 3-2 pitch. McQueen dances at second, gets his lead. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there for Gillespie as he gets Wilkie to swing at that one. And there's one gone here in the inning. So Keith Candell now will come to the plate. A strikeout and a ground out so far tonight for Keith, who's been swinging a good bat. In the last few weeks specifically. The runner in scoring position. First pitch curveball just inside for Gillespie. Doesn't get the call. It's 1-0. Heart of the Majors orders stands behind him. Candell fouled off over top of the first base grandstand and out of play. Count evens up at 1-1. .74 pitches for Gillespie. This next one puts him at 75. McQueen's off. No throw as it was off the glove of Cote. And Chris McQueen's speed once again coming in handy here for the Majors. Count 2-1 on Candell, who will now step out here and gather himself. Jackfish going to bring the infield in here, trying to protect that run of Chris McQueen at third. On anything on the ground, this one hit, but foul towards third base, and the count moves to 2-2 here on Candell. One gone here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Majors up 3-0, looking to try and add another run here in the fourth. 2-2 delivery. Candell fouled that one off the end of the bat. Just cued it. Enough to stay alive at the plate and see another pitch. Two-two. Gillespie to the plate. Candell fouled back again. Majors batters over the course of this ball game from Gillespie are seeing a lot of fastballs. Probably estimate anywhere in the 80% range of fastballs, and they've been fouling off a lot of them on two strikes, and that one comes inside and hits Candell. So he'll head down to first base and put runners at the corners with one gone for Cleveland Brownlee. And this is now going to get a mound visit for the Jackfish. And it appears someone heading down to the Jackfish bullpen as well to get loose after the hit batter puts runners at the corners. Just one gone here in the inning. As it looks like Jackfish manager Brian Essery will head out to talk things over. Cleveland Brownlee's already got 2 hits against Gillespie in the ballgame. Both of them singles, but both of them hit fairly hard. And now you got to wonder about what the approach is here. Can't really afford to pitch around Brownlee because behind him, Robert Mullen, been hitting the cover off the baseball this season. As the mound visit continues. Going on for a long time here. You got to wonder if it has something to do with talk of injuries. Now the umpire clears things up. Cleveland Brownlee comes to the plate. Couple of runners on. Looking to try and find a ball into the outfield. Jackfish will play double play depth. Up the middle, they'll try to turn 2. Candell, he's off on the first pitch. Brownlee swings and fouls that one off. Count moves to 0-1 here on Cleveland Brownlee. Candell was off trying to steal second and get the Majors out of a double play situation, but Brownlee got a first pitch that he felt was too good to leave and took a rip at it, but fouled it off. Again, Brownlee, this one fouled off at the plate, back to the screen. And it's 0-2 here for Gillespie against the big majors designated hitter. And now time called at the plate. Candela lead at first. Brownlee hits one the opposite way. This one tracking towards the line, and that one's going to drop for a base hit. Into score comes McQueen. Candel had to wait for it to drop, so he moves up to second base. And Cleveland, Brownlee's third hit of the night, scores a run. It's 4-0 London. That one on 0-2 against Brownlee. And a battle, if anything. Muscles one the opposite way, dropping just inside the line on the right side for a base hit. And now Robert Mullen, who's 1 for 2, will get ready to swing the bat. Gillespie's going to step off, and now he wants to chat things over with Cote about how they want to approach Robert Mullen. Jackfish bullpen continues to get loose here, trying to see who that is down there as they have a righty getting warm. Just one gone here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That last pitch, the hit from Brownlee, was number 80 for Gillespie, who the majors have 7 hits against. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Mullen looked like he was expecting fastball on first pitch, swung through the off speed, and he's behind 0-1. Mullen takes his time to get back into the batter's box. Now he's set, so is Gillespie on the mound. Quick check back at 2. Now to the plate, called strike, fastball on the outside corner. And Gillespie gets ahead of the dangerous Mullen, 0-2. That's also how he got ahead of Brownlee before the single scored one down the right field line. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Now Mullen crushes one into left field, and this one is going to go! Robert Mullen, the 3-run shot, puts the majors up a bunch here in the bottom half of inning number 4. And once again, on an 0-2 pitch, the majors make Gillespie pay for a pitch over the plate. This time, a 3-run shot from Robert Mullen, and that is the end of the day for Scott Gillespie. His night ends with 7 majors runs on the board through 3 1/3 innings worth of work on 8 hits. It's the majors 7, the Welland Jackfish nothing here. We got a pitching change as the Jackfish go to the bullpen. You're watching London Majors Baseball on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo, for any artwork that you need done, for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Back here on Majors TV as we continue on action in the bottom of inning number 4. The Majors out in front to a 7-0 lead after that 3-run shot from Robert Mullen. Up here in the Game Day London press box, it is a big lead for the Majors so far. 7-0, and what a start it has been so far. The Jackfish now go to the bullpen, and for the Majors, this is exactly how you wanted to start things after losing a couple games on the road against the Jackfish so far this season. Get out to an early lead. You got Owen Boone on the mound, who's looking fantastic so far. And now the Jackfish will go to the bullpen, as we mentioned here, in the bottom half of inning number 4. So ready to go here, Starling Joseph. And Joseph now with one gone in the inning will be the first to face the Jackfish reliever. And now Joseph with a greeting out to deep left center field. And gone! Starling Joseph on the first pitch from Boulier Howard. Deep to left center field, and it's 8-0 Majors. Well, the bats don't get harder than that for the Majors. A 5-run bottom of the 4th so far, and it's 8-0. Boulier Howard to the plate. Lawrence swings for the first pitch. And it's 0-1 here on Drew Lawrence. To the plate, off speed just inside, doesn't catch the inside edge, and it's now 1-1. Lawrence walked his first time around, then grounded into a fielder's choice. Now batting here in the bottom of the 4th after Majors have pushed across 5 runs so far in the inning. He fouls that one back to the screen. And the count moves to 1-2. Boulier Howard now, the 1-2 delivery. Lawrence hits it on the ground. Coming over, shortstop Smybert's got to be quick with it. The throw to 1. Ooh, in time to get Lawrence. Lawrence upset after the call at first base on a bang-bang play. It looked like he beat it coming down the line. but he's thrown out for the second out of the bottom of the fourth inning. So Gibson Kurzminski will come to the dish now. He's already got an RBI in the ball game. 1 for 2 as he hit that one the other way in his second at bat in the bottom of the third. That put the Majors up 3-0. Now 5 runs here in the bottom of inning number 4 have extended the lead to 8-0 Majors. Bouye Howard stares in and grabs his sign from Cote, ready for the first pitch delivery to Kurzminski. Drops it in there for his strike and gets ahead 0-1. Bouye Howard going to be tasked with trying to work through some of the middle innings here for the Jackfish. Grabs his sign on 0-1. The big leg kick from the righty. This one hit into center field. Over to his right, Gianfranco Morello, and he's going to be there to make the catch and retire the side. But the Majors with a big inning here in the bottom of the fourth. They put up 5 runs on a couple of long shots and lead this ball game 8-0 through 4 innings complete. We'll go to break here. 5th inning coming up from Labatt Park on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at EatHealthyEats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
Back inside Labatt Memorial Park here as the Majors have opened up to an 8-0 lead here after a big 5-run bottom of the 4th inning. And now Owen Boone back out to the mound here for the Majors with an extended 8-0 lead. I'm joined now up here in the booth with Dante DeCaria. Dante, an advisor with Roop Chanerdad here in the Majors, helping bring some players into this season. Dante, thanks for joining me up here in the booth.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be up here with you. I know you and Dylan do a fantastic job, as well as Matt Hiscox, and obviously Jackson, who's to my left as well. So, I've been watching all your broadcasts this season, so I've been pretty impressed with the production that you guys have put out.
A lot of work in the offseason to get this ready, and even a night when we have a short amount of staff still putting on a show, as this one is bunted, coming over foul territory. Oh, what a catch. Gibson Kurzminski, and there's one gone.
That was unreal.
Coming over from third base on the bunt that was popped up. A long way to come for the third baseman even playing in. And a big first out there for Owen Boone.
I guess you should mention that, of course, my main career is a broadcaster, of course, the voice of the Regina Pats hockey team in the Western Hockey League. So I should throw that out there that just like you, I am a broadcaster in terms of, both you and I having the same career. And always happy to help out a fantastic mentor and person in Roop, given my baseball experience and stuff like that. But first and foremost.
Hit into center field, having to come on, but that one's going to drop in front of Austin Wilkie for a base hit. And the Jackfish have a runner on with one out here in the inning. Of course, helping out with Roop here in the offseason, used to call ball games for the Barrie Bay Cats as well in the
and
IBL.
Did some of the recruiting as well there. Yeah.
So no stranger to the Intercounty Baseball League.
Well, believe it or not, I used to go to IBL games when I was a kid, the Ottawa Fat Cats, being that I am from Ottawa, Ontario. So
Boone's got to work with the runner on here, one out in the inning. And now off. Mullen's got to come up with a strong throw. And on the money to get Morello for the second out.
You know, Robert Mullen has just such an accurate arm behind home plate. I mean, he's the real deal. I mean, we just saw that 3-run shot in the last half inning. Like, he does everything so easy. Everything kind of comes natural for him. And, you know, it's funny. It seems like, you know, Puerto Rico and Venezuela produce the most high-level catchers, but I would say Panama's right up there with those two other countries.
Mullen, of course, we talked about it, leading the IBL in average as this one is crushed on a line into left field for a base hit. He's off to a fantastic start at the dish, but you can't forget about how fantastic he is behind the plate for the majors, both defensively and calling a game as well for the pitchers.
He's just so smart, and it's funny, whenever you talk to Robert Mullen, I see a lot of a future manager in him, whether it's, you know, at the pro level, whether it's back in Panama. I personally think when his playing career comes to an end that he could be a really good manager, probably at the pro level. He is just that smart of a baseball mind.
Major's certainly happy to have him in the lineup every day here. Jackfish have a runner on. First pitch from Owen Boone will miss upstairs, so the count moves to 1-0 here.
And going back to the last half inning for the majors in which they scored 5 runs, I was really proud, you know, of the at-bats that they had, especially Starling Joseph and what he was able to do. Of course, you're already up 7-0. But, like, with him, it's hunting the fastball, right? And he's done exactly that tonight. And I've been really, really impressed with his approach at the plate and just how he's been swinging the bat over the last 2 games.
Boone behind 2-0 here. Joseph, a guy that we've watched in batting practice, and he can hit with power to all fields as well. He hit one out to right center field earlier this week, and, of course, that one was crushed to left center.
Well, I had the opportunity to watch him for the first time in person in batting practice today, and, you know, sitting there and watching with Cleveland Brownlee, we just both looked at each other and we were like, holy smokes, like the ball just, like the sound off the bat is so loud. He really does have big league power, in my opinion.
Boone behind 3-0 here, but he gets that fastball across the plate for a strike. Gets himself back into the count here against Brandon Nicholson. Jackfish now with a couple of hits in the inning, a runner at first base, and 2 outs here as Boone looks to retire the Jackfish here on the top of the 5th. Boone's going to pick off the 1 back in time.
And staying on the topic with Mullen, yes, he's a great defensive catcher. He's got a good arm. He calls a good game. He does his homework as well, which I should mention, but also in terms of just his skills with the bat, he is the same way when he goes to the plate like he's behind the plate. He has an approach. He has a plan.
Boone now swung on and missed by Nicholson. The fastball, and he can't catch up to it. The right fielder, he moves the count to full here.
And that's the nice thing about having a catcher that is such a good hitter like Robert Mullen, is that he thinks on both sides of the field, right? When he's hitting, he's thinking like a catcher. He's thinking, what's the pitcher going to throw, which is why he gets himself into hitter's counts. And even when he's in 2 strike counts, he's still able to put the ball in play.
It's like we saw in the last inning. That was an 0-2 pitch that he took over the wall for a 3-run shot. Boone, the 3-2 delivery. This one hit into shallow left center field. Out there is Candell, and he's going to be there to make the catch and get the Majors out of the top of the 5th inning. It's another good inning for Owen Boone, who's through 5 scoreless here as the Majors lead 8-0 against the Jackfish. Dante DeCaria joining me up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth. Pleasure to have him along here with me for the 5th inning calling this game. And, of course, the Majors, good for you to see when you come out to the ballpark. This team put on a show with the bats defensively. We've seen some gems already here, and get to see some of the work that you and Roop Channerdat helping him kind of find players, bring some players in really in front of you and fold in front of your eyes.
Well, you know, I'm so grateful to have met Roop. Obviously, you know, a ton of respect for the Barrie Baycats organization and everything they did in helping my career, especially at the broadcast side of things. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am in my career today without the Baycats. So obviously, a huge shout out to them. But I mean, you know, when I moved to Regina and, you know, took that big job with the Pats, Roop and I were still friends, and I look at Roop as a real mentor in my life, not just with baseball, but also with business, with life, just becoming a better person. He's just a phenomenal human being, so I'm really grateful to have Roop in my life right now, and I couldn't thank him enough, and he's somebody that I'll always go to bat for, and somebody that I'm really happy to help out any day of the week. So it's really fun to come out here, see some family in Toronto, and come out to Labatt Park, because been too long. It had been too long, that's for sure.
When was the last time you made a trip to Labatt Park?
Well, it would have been last year with Barry. It was a doubleheader, I remember. London won both of those games. So, that was the last time I was here at Labatt. And it's such a scene. I do call games in the Western Canadian Baseball League for the Regina Red Sox.
I saw that with the Regina Red Sox.
Yeah, so those games are on the equivalent to Rogers TV here, Access Television in Regina. We also do the Weyburn Beavers as well, which is like an hour down the road. Moose Jaw as well. But, I will say, it's funny. It was before a game. I had your stream up. We were watching it, and one of the guys, I think it was the president who walked by, and he said, "Holy smokes, look at that skyline. Look at everything behind there." He's like, "We got to get something like that in Regina. All we got is a train track that goes by every 2 hours during the game." So this is second to none here at Labatt.
Ballpark is gorgeous. Of course, the history here at Labatt Park and the skyline that is ever-changing. More buildings going up, it seems, every single year. That one actually in dead center. Continuing to get built. So by the time you're here next year, Dante, it's going to be different again.
Where?
Just over the top of the Bud Gardens there in center field. Big swing and a miss there as Phil Whalen falls behind 0-1 here against Casey Bouillet-Howard. Jackfish down 8-0 in this ball game. The Majors scored 2 in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the third, and then the big 5-run bottom of the fourth inning. Have 8 runs on 9 hits. Swing and a miss by Whalen. Now he's down in the hole 0-2.
I think we should give so much credit to Owen Boone and just how he has pitched today. Really bouncing back from Sunday. And, that was just a hiccup for him. And tonight he has just looked absolutely like the Owen Boone that we know, right?
Bouillet-Howard ready. Here's the 0-2 delivery off the plate. Nice block by Cote to keep it in front of him, but the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Owen Boone didn't have his best stuff, and you could tell that from the get-go. Tonight, you just get the feeling that he is confident. The confidence is back.
Well, he's a gamer, right? Like he's the student of the game. He's always trying to improve. He's always trying to get better, and he works extremely hard.
1-2, just missing low. Good eye there by Phil Whalen here to move the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Whalen, McQueen, and then the top of the order here for the Majors in the bottom half of inning number 5.
And you always know that your horse is going to bounce back, right? And he is a horse on this Major staff.
2-2, fouled off and out of play. He was the ace in 1-2 really with Pedro de los Santos last year. This year I think he has emerged as the guy for the Majors, as if there was any doubt coming into it that he was going to have another strong season. He's off to another fantastic start, 4-0 coming into this ball game, and stick to an 8-0 lead here in the bottom half of inning number 5. Bouillet-Howard ready. Here is a 2-2 delivery. Ripped into center field, having to track back, but right on it is Morello for out number 1 here in the 5th.
And to that point, I think when you have an offense like London has, and you get off to a 6, 7, 8-0 lead like the Majors have tonight, it really just lets a guy like Boone relax. And hey, giving up 1, 2, or 3 runs is still very good. That's still a quality start. If you go 6 or 7 innings and give up 2 or 3 runs, that's great. You're still giving your team a chance to win, but he's not pressured to, say, throw out goose eggs every single inning, which he might do tonight. I'm not saying he won't, knock on wood, but it just helps when you have a Majors offense like they have on this team this season, and it gives pitchers an opportunity like Boone or Arias or Santos or Cabral and so on and so forth to just kind of relax and know that, hey, we're going to score some runs.
Well, as a pitcher, it allows you to be a little bit more aggressive, throw a little bit more fastballs. Let them beat you. You don't always have to beat them. 0-1 here on Chris McQueen as he takes that first pitch for a strike. McQueen, no official at-bat so far tonight. He walked and then got hit his second time around in the 4th. That started the inning for the Majors, in which they scored 5 runs. Pitch off the plate. Count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Can you believe that Brantford up 8-5 on Guelph? Isn't that nuts?
Guelph a big win last night in Welland. It was Welland's first home loss of the season, and now Brantford up in that ball game in the out-of-town scoreboard, looking to try and win their first ball game of the season. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fouled back by McQueen, and that one will move the count to 1-2.
And, of course, the Leafs leading Hamilton 5-1. And those are the only games around the Intercounty Baseball League out-of-town scoreboard. But, again, it's that's a shot. I mean, you know what? Good for Brantford. They're looking for their first win of the season. That'd be really nice for that ball club.
Down here for a week, you told me. Any other trips around the IBL planned, or just staying local?
No, I should be on the bus tomorrow to Barrie. That's going to be exciting. Got to see some old faces. You know, I mean, like I said, that organization did a lot for me coming in as a 19-year-old, 2017, winning a ring with them. That was something else. A lot of respect for those guys there. I know there's been a lot of change in management and stuff like that, but, still have some friends on that ball club and stuff like that, so it'll be exciting to see some of those guys and go down to Barrie.
2-2 fouled off by McQueen.
And then the plan also to go down to Hamilton as well, and then I'll be spending some time with some family in Toronto. My mom, I haven't seen her in a long time. So I've been in Regina for a while. I haven't been back to Ontario in over a year, so it's been quite interesting.
McQueen here in a 2-2 count, one gone in the inning. Bouye Howard ready as he grabs his sign from Cote for the delivery to the plate. This one hit on the ground. Shortstop Smyber takes a funny hop on him, goes off his glove and into center field.
That's a weird hop. What did that hit?
Hit something on the edge of the grass, maybe. Smybert was actually playing back, which with McQueen's speed, it was going to be tough to throw him out regardless.
Well, it's funny. It kind of reminds me of the old Curry Field hop. Of course, the field in Regina is called Curry Field, and there's tons of bad hops that they get. And anytime there's a little jump like we just saw there, they say, oh, there's the Curry hop. Obviously, Labatt Park is way nicer than Curry Field in Regina, but it is kind of similar to what I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks broadcasting in the Wimble.
So McQueen on here. We'll see if the Majors put him in motion as they have so far tonight. Not going on the first pitch. This one's hit on the ground, third base, broken bat on a hop. Nice throw over to one in time by Hunt. That gets Wilkie, and there's two gone in the inning as McQueen moves up to second base. Keith Candell will come to the plate here after the fielder's choice. Now Bouye Howard looking to try and find the third out here at the bottom of the fifth inning and get this game to the sixth. Dante, when does the hockey season start back up for you and the Pats? Is it you looking at the start of August?
Yeah, we're looking end of August, early September in terms of our training camp. We just announced our preseason dates and our home opener, which will be end of September. Doubleheader against Moose Jaw. I shouldn't say doubleheader. Home and home. Moose Jaw just 40 minutes down the road, so it's always nice to play the Warriors. It's going to be it's going to be a grind. It's going to be an interesting season for sure. Connor Bedard's last year with the Pats. Of course, he's going to be 17. Probably first overall pick, although if you ask him, he'll say he's not. But I shouldn't say he won't, but he's very humble about things. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to have worked with him last season. 51 goals, 49 assists. It was I just have to take it all in, to be quite honest with you. I don't think I'll ever be able to do something like that again.
1-1 checks back at second. The pitch will be off the plate as he was looking at McQueen.
I was hoping to run into Brochu and say, hey, I know one of your World Junior teammates. So
it was a little bit of a weird schedule for
was
you
he in
guys
02?
last
Yeah.
year.
02?
Yeah, he is. I believe
02?
he is. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be in the area though.
Yes, very weird schedule last year.
Back to normal this year.
Expected to be, but you never know.
2-1 called a strike. That one catches what looked like the bottom corner against Candell, 2-2.
Schedule hasn't been released just yet, so I don't know what I can say, although I do know certain things, but I do expect things to be back to normal.
So the not official.
No, not just yet.
Unofficial. Dante tells us.
Yeah.
2-2. Candell doesn't go after it, and it's going to miss outside to move the count to full with two outs here in the inning.
But you know what? I mean, in Regina, there's a great staff there, great supporting cast for a guy like Connor Bedard, good coaching staff led by former NHL coach John Paddock as the GM and head coach. It was crazy. Last year we had to go 3 coaches. right? We changed our coach every, 2 or 3 months.
Ooh. Inside to Candell. He's going to take the walk with 2 outs in the inning.
You know, it was really unfortunate, and I'm sure the news didn't get out east. I'm surprised it didn't. It was mostly around a lot of the news outlets out west, but it was, John Paddock left us, unfortunately, because he got COVID, and then he was battling cancer as well. And that was, it was a tough time. It was really hard for us as a staff to see him not around, right? And our assistant coaches did a great job kind of taking over and trying to, pick up where John left off. And, we unfortunately had a replacement. We had to replace our coach. He was fired early in the season, and John took over. And then it was a very interesting first year in the WHL, given all the changes and stuff like that, and COVID and everything. So hopefully next year will be better.
Hoping for a smoother year for you.
Yeah.
As you enter year 2 with the Pats, it's Cleveland Brownlee who's 3 for 3 in the ball game. He's got 3 singles, and now he swings at that first pitch. Looked like an off-speed to Brownlee, and it's 0-1 here on the Majors' designated hitter.
And he's just, like, I keep saying this to Roop, fountain of youth. Like, he's found the fountain of youth. He's in his late 30s, and he looks like young Cleve.
A guy that, in the offseason, it was a very real possibility that Cleveland Brownlee was going to retire. I would actually say as much as 80 to 85% we expected it. But his son wanted him to come back and play in front of the London fans once more. So he did, as that throw back is going to be into center field. McQueen's got enough speed. He's going to move up to third.
And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, the London Majors, and give credit to Roop Chanderdet and that coaching staff, they do just such a good job doing the little things right. And although they might not stand out in stats or maybe to the average fan, they really do matter when it comes to baseball. And that's the one thing that attracts me to the London Majors and helping Roop is just I love his philosophy of the game. We both kind of think the game the same, and yeah.
Candell at first and McQueen at third now as runners are on the corners. Candell's going to take off right away as Brownlee lifts one into left field. This one, not even a look from Brown. It's gone! Have a day. Cleveland Brownlee 4 for 4, and that one will clear the bases. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleveland Brownlee Show at Labatt Memorial Park. It's 11-0 Majors.
We've seen 2 absolute nukes in this ball game. Cleveland Brownlee just moments ago, and of course Starlin Joseph in the last half inning, where he crushed one to dead center field. This time, as soon as that ball took flight, you and I both knew that one was gone. Like, I don't know how somebody can go over the trees. Like, how far did that go? Like, it's 330 down the line. That's got to be at least over 420 feet.
Got to be if Brownlee cleared the trees there. That ball's probably swimming in the Thames right now, and the Majors up 11-0 here in the bottom of inning number 5 against the Jackfish. Now Mullen on the ground, second base. Picked up, the throw to one will be in time to get Mullen. But the damage done off the bat of Cleveland Brownlee. The 3-run shot puts the Majors up 11-0 here as we are through 5 complete at Labatt Park. You're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo for any artwork that you need done for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with a faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning currents running through me. I that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Back here at Labatt Memorial Park and up here in the Game Day London broadcast booth, Noah Smith, Dante DiCario with me here. Going to stay on for another inning to call some London Majors baseball. Just having too much fun up here in the broadcast booth with me.
I'm having a blast. I mean, I'll never say no to an opportunity to put on the mic, given that that is my number one passion. That is what I do for a living, essentially, at the WHL level. So it's been an absolute honor to come up here in the booth with you once again.
And the Majors putting on a show for you here. 11-0 the score. Owen Boone back out to the mound. And we talked about after the Majors went up 8-0 how you have a little bit more room to cruise here up at 8-8. Now he's up 11 here. And really he can kind of settle down if he wasn't already and just throw strikes.
Oh, 100%. And he has been throwing strikes tonight. I believe only just one walk through this ball game thus far. And Owen Boone has been absolutely fantastic. He pounds the zone. And you know what? He throws a real hard fastball in the high 80s to low 90s. And he's got a wipeout slider. He's got a great breaking ball, good changeup as well. And you know what? He's just been on the same page as Robert Mullen. I expect him to just keep cruising along in this ball game with the Majors up 11 runs.
Majors fans here at Labatt Park on this Friday night enjoying the onslaught of runs here as that one is swung on and missed by Boone. He goes up 0-1.
Well, the thing with Owen Boone is he commands the ball so well. And to me, I am somebody that preaches and loves pitchers that use what I call fastball command. They establish the fastball first, right? And as soon as you make hitters uncomfortable with that fastball, it keeps them at, I don't know, a little, I shouldn't say nervous, but, you know, the breaking ball obviously keeps them off balance, but it keeps hitters uncomfortable, especially the way he pounds the inside part of the plate. You show inside and then you throw that slider away, it really changes the hitter's eye level to think that it is going to be a fastball.
1-1 from Boone. That one's going to miss outside.
And that's it looks like a sharp cutter right there from Owen Boone. But again, he pounds in, he uses the four quadrants from what I like to call up, low, inside, outside, and he just does a great job commanding the ball and then making his breaking ball look like a strike, making it look like a fastball because he throws it fairly hard.
Hit on the ground hard over to shortstop. Candel's over with a dive. The throw to one is not going to be in time as Welland has to come off the bag. Nice play by Keith over there, but he can't retire the outs, and there's going to be a base runner aboard here for the Jackfish to start the sixth inning.
And Keith Candel has so much range. He does such a good job getting to those balls. You know what? Like, he does things on the infield that a major league shortstop does, which is remarkable. It's almost crazy that fans coming to Labatt Park are seeing a guy with defense that could be at the professional level.
Keith this year is playing with a little bit more swagger, if you will, at shortstop. He's the everyday shortstop now for the Majors. He's hitting the ball well to start the season, and he's just feeling good out there, having fun, as a lot of the Majors are. As that one is swung on and missed by Smarbert, and Boone gets ahead 0-1.
And, of course, Smarbert was with the Quebec Capitals to start the season and now over with the Welland Jackfish. Pretty good player.
So for 2 in the ball game tonight, but can run into one here if Boone leaves it over the plate. Checks on the runner, now comes to the plate. It's going to miss outside, and the count moves to 1-1. Sarli Sina stands at first base after the infield single. Boone ready, now to the plate. This one ripped, but well fouled down the first base line.
And I think one thing that probably a lot of fans and people, paying attention to this ball game were going to be looking out for, and people around the league was, how much was Welland going to run? They haven't really had a lot of base runners, so they haven't been able to steal like they've been doing over the course of this season. Like they run all the time, almost every pitch, and we haven't seen that tonight, which has been a positive for the Majors in limiting the running game.
Few attempts so far. Robert Mullen's got a gun down at 2 already in the ball game, so maybe that has kept the Jackfish from trying to test him anymore.
Well, Robert Mullen has a really strong arm, and a lot of the reason why I think Mullen was brought into the Majors was the fact that to limit the running game, because as a lot of people know, Roop Chanderdat, his philosophy and style is to run, which I love. It puts pressure on the pitcher, it puts pressure on the defense, and I think a lot of the teams, when they play London, want to run on the Majors, which, case in point, we've seen it a whole bunch this season. So I think it was really good that, Roop decided to bring in a guy like Robert Mullen, and of course, it's really worked out this season.
little bit of a delay in play there as the ball made its way over the fence in right field. Starling Joseph had to go track it down. After they removed those hedges, it's become a gathering point out there in right field.
I was going to ask, what happened to the hedges?
Took them out.
Why?
They were getting overgrown, I think, to the point that they were
Trim
costing too much. Swing and a miss there. It's a big strikeout as Smibert's down, and there's the first out.
There was something odd. When I first walked into the ballpark earlier today, I'm looking around. I'm like, something doesn't look the same. What is it?
They started out in right and made their way around the outfield.
Really?
And it is...
I miss it.
It's changed the look a little bit when the signs are off the outfield fence early in the season.
But why not trim it?
I don't have that answer for you, Dante. I don't. I don't work for the City of London.
Well, I don't have an answer either. Just sad. I always like those hedges.
Dante going to start the Bring Back Labatt Park Hedges Foundation.
Well, you know what? It just kind of reminds me, it makes me think of Wrigley Field with the ivy. You know, I kind of get a little, excited when I see that kind of stuff. But obviously, I love the trees. I love the stadium. It's absolutely wonderful here, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world.
0-1 after the foul ball as Boone gets ahead. Cena still at first after the leadoff infield single. Owen Boone, good job so far after a little bit of a rocky start at keeping his pitch count down. This next pitch is number 75. And it's chopped over to third base. Krasminski will have to come up just going to one, and it's in time to get Ethan Hunt for the second out of the inning. Cena advances up to second. Those choppers over to third are always tough. No chance to get two for Krasminski, and really the only play he had was to go across the diamond. A strong throw gets the out, and Owen Boone's got two outs here as Hildebrandt comes to the plate for the Jackfish. Candell will hold him on, and that will bring Chris McQueen a little bit into a pull situation. He's on the outfield grass here against the hard-hitting lefty. First pitch fastball well upstairs. It looked like it slipped out of the hand there of Owen Boone. Overthrew it a little bit, 1-0.
Hildebrandt is he's a dangerous hitter. We saw him crack one off the wall earlier on in this ballgame for a double. He's got a lot of pop.
That was the Jackfish first hit of the game. It was a two-out double off the base of the wall. And to be honest with you, up here in the booth, it looked like he might have got enough of it to send it over the fence. Pitch off the plate there, 2-0, pardon me.
No, I was sitting right behind home plate, and I thought he tattooed it. And I think he did. He just didn't get it out. I mean, it's not an easy field to hit the ball out of, which is kind of crazy I'm saying that because the majors make it look small. Starling Joseph, Cleveland Brownlee, and Robert Mullen, and Candell, who has a home run here opposite field.
Hildebrandt hits that one. Doesn't get enough of it underneath it as it's out to right center field. Austin Wilkie is over. Calls off Starling Joseph. And he gets a fly out to end the inning. So Owen Boone, another good inning of work here. He is through 6 complete. And the Majors holding on to an 11-0 lead here at Labatt Park.
What it?
Just a reminder, come on over here to underneath the concourse. Cash donations being accepted by the food bank under the covered concourse. I want to thank the Ratcliffe Real Estate team donating $100 for every home run hit by Majors and Welland. Plus, London Majors donated $10 per kid that was running the bases. All proceeds go directly to the food bank to support the London community.
A good night for that, and a good night for the local charities in our area as well.
Move along to the bottom of the 6th inning here in London at Labatt Park. We'll take another look at the out-of-town scoreboard quickly here. Top of the 9th inning in Hamilton. Toronto leading 5-1 over the Cardinals, and then over in Brantford is now 8-5 for the Red Sox over the visiting Guelph Royals. That game just in the top of the 5th, so it's slowed down a little bit there. Of course, a late start at Arnold Anderson Stadium, but the Red Sox fans being treated to an 8-5 lead so far, halfway through that ball game.
And so far, it looks like we're about just under 2 hours and 30 minutes into this ball game. Now, we've had some long games this season, I will say. We've had some 3.5, 4-hour games this year. And it's interesting to wonder if what the IBL will do in terms of pace of play and stuff like that. Now, if I could guess, I assume that the owners around the league would not want to do something like that, given that, it's a lower level and stuff like that. But, it is interesting because, in the Western Canadian Baseball League, they don't have the pitching change rule. You can take a guy in and out as many times as you want, and they have massive rosters. I mean, was it the last game I broadcasted, they brought in 3 pitchers to get 3 outs? And it just extended the game so much longer.
Do you find that the time out there for ball games is around the same as it is out here?
No, it's too
you're
long.
probably looking 2.5 to 3 hours on average in the IBL, I would think, to complete a 9-inning game. But like you said, it is not unheard of for us to be here for 4 hours on a Friday
when the
night.
games get like this, that's when they get long, right? When you get a gem from both pitchers, that's when it moves along nicely, which is what I like personally.
Ready to go here in the bottom of inning number 6 as the first pitch there is a called strike against Starling Joseph. He's down 0-1 in the count.
Been really impressed with his play today, especially, trying to get out of that mini slump that he was in.
Ready here is the pitch to the plate. Joseph rips that one, and it stays. Oh, they're going to call that foul.
Whoa.
That was about a foot inside the line. I don't think we were able to catch it on camera with the angles we have tonight, but the third base umpire had that one go directly to his left. He didn't know it, and the home plate umpire made the call foul.
Yeah, not too sure about that one.
Majors won't have much of an argument there. Of course, there's nothing that the umpires can do.
No, I mean, you're up 11-0 at this point, but, to me, that's a double for Starling.
Joseph now in an 0-2 hole after the foul ball. Pitch to him, and now it's a strikeout. So if there's one guy that's going to be certainly upset about that, it's Starling Joseph, who has a hit ripped from his hands, and now he's down on strikes.
Yeah, robbed of a 4-hit game, but you know what? You still got to be happy with his approach at the plate and just what he's been able to do with the bat tonight in the 5-hole. He was the guy that got the scoring started, and that was a really good plate appearance for Starling Joseph, which originally gave the Majors that 2-0 lead to start that ball game. I mean, you get Cleveland and Mullen on, which is always great, and then Joseph, being the 5-hitter, took some really tough breaking balls in the dirt and then finally got a fastball to hit, and he drove it off the right center field wall.
One gone here in the inning after the strikeout, and now to the plate comes Drew Lawrence. They did see a few of his teammates, Starling Joseph, in the Majors dugout there, give some words to him on his way back, because that's an at-bat right there where take the positives out of it. Take the positives of what should have been a hit, and don't let the strikeout get to you. He's smart enough that he won't. 1-0 delivery. Lawrence is now going to rip one into left center field, tracking into the gap, and coming up. Did he drop the ball? It looks like he doesn't come up with the catch as Lawrence strolls into second base. Morello almost had that, but it'll be a double for Drew Lawrence.
Well, Gio Morello is one of the top defensive players in the Intercounty Baseball League, and boy, he had a great jump on that one. But Andrew Lawrence got a real nice swing on that inside pitch and just drove it into the gap. That's a real nice pitch to hitting from, a teenage baseball player. He's got a really bright future. And, give credit to Morello. He had a great read on it. That was a really tough ball to get to in the left center field gap, and he almost caught it with that leaping potential catch. And I believe it just popped out of his mitt.
Yeah, I think when he came down, and it ended up popping out of the glove. Otherwise, it would have been a gem of a catch for Morello. Instead, the Majors will take it. It's a 1-out double for Drew Lawrence. And a runner in scoring position here. First pitch from Bouye Howard there for a strike against Gibson Kuzminski. He's 1 for 3 in this evening's ball game.
And I'm sure something that you probably talked about in the pregame show or prior to first pitch and early in the ball game was how this is, a battle between the first and second place teams in the Intercounty Baseball League. And, I have a feeling that these two teams are probably going to be at it in the standings neck and neck all season long.
0-1. Kuzminski over top of the leaping third baseman Hunt. In to score will be Drew Lawrence. Looking for second is Kuzminski, and he's going to be in standing up. Back-to-back doubles add on to this Majors lead, 12-0.
He's just such a good hitter. I mean, to have a switch hitter like Gibson Kuzminski in their lineup that you can hit either at the top of the order or at the bottom of the order because the Majors have just such a deep batting order is just absolutely huge for Roop Shandershat and his coaching staff. And he's a guy that, he's got some pop from the right side. He got good contact from the left side. Had the opportunity to just briefly talk with him at batting practice, and I asked him which side do you feel more comfortable from, and he said, to be honest, both. And to hear that from a switch hitter is just unreal.
Welland swings at the first pitch he sees off the plate to move the count to no balls and a strike. Krasminski, a guy that when he showed up here, a lot of times you can get the gist with a switch hitter of which side they are more comfortable with.
I can't. I watched him in batting practice today, and I'm like, I can't figure it out.
Pitch, swung on and missed again on the off speed.
And funny enough, Phil Welland actually used to be a switch hitter. And now he's, switched more towards right hand. I don't think he's hit left-handed once this year. I know he did maybe like 3 years ago. But, sometimes it's best to just hit from one side.
He's in a hole 0-2 here. Bouye Howard grabs his sign. Now the leg kick delivery to the plate. Bottom of the zone, doesn't get the call. And the count now 1-2. It's a good location for that 0-2 off-speed pitch. You got the chase from Phil Welland twice. Learned on it, didn't swing at it a third time around. And now the count is a ball and 2 strikes here. Quick check back at second. Pitch to the plate. Welland fouled off. That one's going to find its way about 4 or 5 rows deep into the seats down the first base line. And the count will stay at 1-2.
And he's another guy that just adds so much versatility to the Majors roster. I mean, he plays so hard. We've seen, so many diving catches this season. And he's now able to play some first base. He plays a pretty good defensive center field as well if needed. He's been a great addition.
To the plate, and the off-speed pitch is swung on and missed for a strikeout. 2 gone in the inning. And another strikeout there for Casey Bouye Howard.
And tomorrow's contest against the Barrie Bay Cats is also going to be a really tough matchup. I mean, you've got Barrie, we know what they can do, but to me, the standings are just so tough this season. 1 through 8, they're all really good teams, and that makes it really fun. Like honestly, it is really fun to be an IBL fan, I guess I should say.
Chris McQueen to the plate now. He's found his way on despite being 0 for 1 in the ball game a few times tonight, and has been a good part of this Majors offense.
Unfortunately, Dylan's not here tonight. Baseball in Mississauga, he told me. Is he?
Yeah, that's where he is. Yeah, he.
Sad, eh?
Unfortunately, I've been without Dylan a few times already to start
Where's
this
your other
young
partner
season.
to do the podcast with?
Tyler not here tonight as well. Everybody is out of town tonight, I tell you, Dante. And not that I didn't want to bring you up here. I didn't know you were going to be in town until I showed up to the ballpark.
Did I not tell you?
I don't think so.
What about Jackson? Look at him. Looking good over there. Blue Jays hat. I thought you were the producer too, by the way.
Dante did show up and he told me he thought I did this all on my own.
I swear. No, because I heard, one time I was listening to the game, I heard clicking. I'm like, oh, he's clicking. He's right. He's changing the count.
Maybe. There's been a few times where I've had to hop on the scoreboard for a bit, but
okay.
Do this all on my own. I think I'd have gray hair by the time I'm 26. 0-2 pitch to Chris McQueen.
You know what? It's crazy. When I was in BCHL doing Power River Kings, they wanted me to do the video board and call the game at the same time by setting up a monitor and calling a game off Hockey TV while the game's going on the ice. And I was like, no, that's not happening.
It's good to be able to multitask, but sometimes you go too
not like
far.
That. You got to call a hockey game.
1-2 here on McQueen. Pitch ripped into center field. Right on it is Morello, who's playing a little bit shallow on McQueen. And it's going to be a line out to end the inning. The Majors grab another run here in the bottom half of inning number 6. It is a 12-0 lead for the Pinstripes through 6 complete. We'll head to the 7th. You're watching London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch the ball.
Yeah, I have to say, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at EatHealthyEats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
Back here inside the cozy confines of Labatt Memorial Park, we move along to the top half of inning number 7. Owen Boone back out onto the mound here for the Majors. Of course, make sure you're following us, London Majors, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our new TikTok account. Been told if I shout out the TikTok account enough that I might be able to get on it. I might be able to get on it. Throw in, that one is away from Welland. Another error over there. I'm not sure if that one was on the throw from Chris McQueen. It looked like it was off the mark. And the Jackfish will have a runner reach base here to start the 7th. Nonetheless, the Jackfish will start the inning the way they want to. On the Majors' 3rd error of the ball game.
Very unorthodox by the London Majors. You don't often see them make, more than 0 or 1 error, to be quite honest. I mean, Roop Shanderdat just does, he does such a good job with the defense. Going to shift? No.
Called a strike, and it's 0-1.
I just couldn't see the third baseman with the, my apologies.
One of the cons of calling, there isn't many of calling games here at Labatt Park, but when they designed it, the poles that hold up the grandstand roof here can get in your way depending on where you are sitting. That one's cued off the end of the bat and foul. The count moves to 0-2.
So I was just looking at the home run leaders. Brownlee gets his league-leading 8th home run of the season. Robert Mullen, 2nd in the IBL with 7 home runs. And now Starling Joseph has 4, which is tied for 4th. To have 3 in the top 5 is pretty unreal,
It's an
right?
impressive start to the year for sure.
And this is a big ballpark. They make it look small. All but one game they have not hit a home run in.
The Majors as a team, I believe, coming into this weekend, only trailed the Maple Leafs by 1 home run as a team, and the Leafs play at Christie Pitts.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy?
The Leafs also had a couple of games in hand as well, so the Majors showing why they're hitting the cover off the ball to start the year.
And if Joseph is able to use all parts of the field like he did tonight, then, I mean, he has a chance to be a real good hitter in this league. And, I think we have to mention how nice of a guy he is. Looks like there is some movement down in the left field bullpen.
Owen Boone,
is that Fernando?
I think it's Fernando Fernandez down there warming up, the lefty. Owen Boone, his pitch count not overly high here, as that 2-2 is going to miss to move the count to full. But at this point in the ball game, you're up 12 runs. You don't want to let him continue to exert himself too much.
Looks like 85 pitches.
I got 84 on mine, but you know what? There's a very real chance that I am behind a pitch.
Yeah, I was counting the last one because I don't think it registered on Point Streak. Anyways, yeah, 84, 85 pitches.
Pitch, and that one's fouled off into the screen, so we'll have to do another full count pitch here for Owen Boone.
I mean, he's got a good pitch count. He's pitched a real strong ball game so far. I mean, you talk about being in the 7th inning and at 85 pitches. I mean, I think you've done a pretty good job. And to only give up 4 hits and a handful of walks, that's also very impressive as well. I believe the strikeout totals are extremely high as well. Yeah, he struck out 6. Or sorry, 6th inning, yeah.
Bulk of those in the first 3 or 4 innings, as now this one ripped over to second base. McQueen quickly to Candell, back to 1 in plenty of time as they bounce back. 4-6-3, drawn up the double play right in the textbook. 2 gone here in the inning. So Gio Morello will come to the plate after the double play erases the leadoff base runner. And now he'll bat with 2 outs here in the inning. Pitch from Boone slips out of his hand. Misses for ball 1. If the Majors are looking at going to the bullpen here, and this is the last inning for Owen Boone, it's been a fantastic start. If they keep him going, then his pitch count's still low enough that he can probably throw another inning here. That one across the outside edge for a strike, 1-1. Action down in the Jackfish bullpen as well. Boone into the windup. Hit that one up the middle. McQueen coming over. Nice diving play, but not nearly enough time to get the speedy Morello, and it's an infield base hit.
It's crazy how both those 2 middle infielders, Chris McQueen and Keith Candell on the left side of the diamond, can just do things like that. I don't know if there's really too many other guys in the IBL that are able to do what those 2 guys do. And it's almost like a symphony up the middle. They just do everything just so collectively sound, so technically sound. It's just unreal to watch those 2 guys.
And if you're watching the ball game for the first time of the season, you're new to watching the stream, and you've seen the errors from Chris McQueen over at second base tonight, that certainly is very unlike him. A couple of balls on short throws, really, that have just gotten away from him, bobbled a couple of ground balls, but aside from that, very smooth over at second base, always is. Boone ready. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Hit off the end of the bat the other way. Lawrence will track it, but it's going to find its way well out of play in foul territory. So it's 1-1. A parade of kids going to try and find that foul ball. Boone grabs his sign from Mullen. Here's the 1-1 as he checks back at first quickly, comes to the plate, swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Mullen has no shot to get Morello. 1-2.
2 outs, you're worried about the batter, right? Not worried about the runner. And if you can get length, as the Majors have gotten from Owen Boone, a really good start tonight, that really sets things up nicely for a pretty tough weekend ahead.
He's got a 1-2 count here. To the plate. Called strike 3. And another punch-out for Owen Boone, who is through 7 scoreless innings here tonight for the Majors. And is a 12-0 lead for London, heading to the bottom half of inning number 7. Stretch time here at the ballpark, as the fans who've been treated to a good ball game so far will get out of their seats and stretch. It's cooled off a little bit here, Dante. It was a hot day in the sun. Even as the teams took batting practice, got underway, up towards 30 degrees, and now cooled off a little bit here into more of a comfortable area.
You know, it's crazy. I totally agree with you, but you know what's also crazy? I was just so out of my element coming in here. It's funny, Roop and I were just laughing about it at batting practice. I was like, man, it's so humid. It's so, because in Saskatchewan, especially, you wouldn't believe it, in June, it's like 10 degrees. Like it gets cold. It was minus 60 in the winter. My car wouldn't start. That's how cold it gets in Regina, Saskatchewan. The windshield is just awful.
Even you from Ottawa, not used to that temperature?
No, but I've been gone for so long, right? I was used to how dry it is there. It's so dry. I measure the humidity at home. It's like 15 to 20%. And here it's like 60 to 70%, right? It's just, it's the desert. It really is the desert. There's not much to look at. It's flat. I remember once we got up into the air on the airplane, I'm looking down. I was like, oh, that's what it looks like. There's not a hill in sight.
So this is where we're landing, huh?
Yeah, so you know what? I felt a little bit out of my element coming back. I shouldn't say I was confused, but I was kind of smiling on my way up to London, just going, wow, like this is, coming back to my home province is, it's been a long time for sure. So.
Not used to the, we've had some 40-plus degree days recently as well. It is it's getting hot as the Jackfish look like they go to the bullpen once again here. And I believe we'll try to bring you as many as we can. Some changes defensively for the Jackfish as well here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, we'll see if the majors go, if any changes, just to maybe get some guys in, up 12-0. Looks like Fernando Fernandez is warming up down the left field line for the majors, former Guelph Royal, former pitcher at New Mexico State. He's got a really impressive resume, played for Trois-Rivières Pro Ball. So looking to see him maybe coming to this ballgame for an inning or two, potentially. We'll see. Looks like Mullen is going down the left field line, so maybe he will be taken out of this ballgame. And it looks like it, yep. So Mullen's going to catch the bullpen down there, so it looks like Kieran Bowles will probably come in.
So the majors will make some changes as well as Austin Wilkie leads off things here in the bottom half of inning number 7. That first pitch is across for a strike, 0-1.
And that's what I love so much about Roop Chanderdat, the manager of the London Majors. He just does such a good job just trying to get everybody in, get everybody involved, get everybody playing time, especially when you're up this many runs, right? And it's not, it's also good sportsmanship as well, because it just shows that, you're still up, and obviously you shouldn't put your foot off the pedal, but, it kind of, it's good sportsmanship, I think, for the other team as well.
Hit on the ground, chopped over to third base. Going to be a tough play, barehanded, throw to 1, and it's going to get away from the first baseman. Hit off Austin Wilkie as he got past first base.
Ooh. It hit him in the head.
It didn't hit him hard, it looked like, but it got underneath the helmet.
Did it? Oh, that's tough.
He's going to be on to lead off the inning, but we'll see if he is okay. As Keith Candell still out there for the majors, as they haven't quite emptied the bench yet. Fouled back and into the screen for Keith Candell, 0-1.
Talk about a great season for Keith Candell to start. He's looked really good.
Been hitting the ball well. Like we've talked about his defense, he just looks so much more comfortable out there this season. And now he's going to rip that one into left center field towards the track, at the track, and that one's going to be caught out in left field. Brown able to get over for the first out of the inning.
Another great read by a Welland outfielder. That ball was tattooed into the gap.
Got a good jump on it, was able to track it down. Another good rip by Keith Candell, but it's a hard hit out for the first out of the inning. And our first change is going to be the designated hitter Cleveland Brownlee, lifted for Dan Perrier. So one gone here. It's Austin Wilkie at first, and now the pinch hitter Dan Perrier will take that first pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
So Perrier pinch hitting for Cleveland Brownlee, who had himself a unreal day at the plate.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than the day that Cleveland Brownlee had. Finished it off with a 3-run shot. His 4th hit of the ball game. Two and 1 here on Perrier. Majors leading 12-0. Pitch to the plate and just off the outside edge. 3-1 now.
And you know what? I don't think I've mentioned this, but I grew up in the same neighborhood as Dan Perry. We're both the same age, played hockey against each other, played baseball a little bit against each other when we were younger.
Hit on the ground, right back up the middle. Tough play. And on the backhand, it'll bounce off the glove, and everybody will be safe for the Majors.
And he's 6'9". Have you ever been beside him?
He is
He's
tall.
massive. And yeah, he got on top of that pitch, but he hits the ball so hard with topspin, it's so hard to pick up as an infielder. Like, it's not a squibber. It is a huge chopper. And it puts so much backspin on it, puts so much spin on that baseball. It's so hard to pick out of the dirt. So even when he does get on top of a pitch, he still hits it hard enough that things like that could happen. And I know it goes down as an offer for him, but it's still really good to have a guy like that does hit the ball as hard as he does when he puts it in play.
I got to see a lot of Dan when he was at Seneca College.
Right, that's right, yeah.
I don't think I ever got to actually throw against him when I was at Fanshawe, but man, he is you can't miss him out there, first of all.
Well, not at all.
At
I mean,
6'9".
You know what? I remember playing against him in hockey, and I was a goalie, and boy, he could shoot the puck. We had a little laugh about that earlier, but I grew up, I think, 2 streets over from me. Very familiar with him, and all my friends. I mean, like, he was just listed off names. Yeah, good friends with him, good friends with this guy, and we just kind of knew each other through mutual friends and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool to catch up with him a little bit before the game.
Pitch ripped, and that one gets past the diving first baseman in Zarly Sina. Majors will go station to station here.
And you talk about the depth of this London Majors roster. That's an example right there. Kieran Bowles, I mean, this is a young, up-and-coming. I think he's going to be a really good player, whether it's in this league or potentially in another league if he moves on. He's a great utility player to have. He can play catcher. He can play anywhere on the diamond in the infield. And he's also, like, I watched him in batting practice. He's a good hitter, man. He can really swing the bat.
Majors certainly see value in him, like you said, kind of a utility guy. Plays wherever he needs to and can come off the bench and swing a good bat. He's on with a single here that loads the bases for Starling Joseph. Pitch bounces to the plate. Joseph will take it in. The count moves to 1-0. Majors 12 runs on the board, and we start to see some of the substitutions in. Of course, the Majors, they were up 5 before the Jackfish beat them in the bottom of the 9th inning in their first game at Welland Stadium this year. So that's still kind of fresh in their minds, but I think 12 runs is the point where you can start to get some, as we mentioned, still quality players in off the bench, and you get guys like Kieran Bowles at bats.
Yeah, but I do get nightmares about that game in which London was up 7-1 with 2 outs in the 9th inning in Welland, 3rd game of the season. That was tough. Good take.
Don't think the Majors don't forget about it either, right? They would love to.
No, I don't like to bring it up with any of the guys. But you know what? Those things happen. It's baseball. That's why this sport is that's why we love this sport.
And if you're going to have those games, get them out of the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't want that to happen in the playoff or else
early June.
Or else I don't think anybody on that team will be sleeping very good.
3-0 pitch to Joseph. Off the plate for a ball, and that walk will bring in a run for Starling Joseph.
And you know what? Another great plate appearance for Starling Joseph. He gave him nothing, and he stuck to his approach, and that is his key. If he sticks to his approach, what he wants to do at the plate, he can be it's funny. I think a lot of guys on the field kind of compare him to a young Cleveland Brownlee, right? And that's the potential that he has. Personally, I think the IBL is not, that's not the sky is the limit for him. I think he can go on and do bigger and better things for sure, which is
fouled off and out of play.
You know what? Like he was in the Rangers system. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another crack at something like that down in the future. He's only 23 years old. Look what happened to Claudio Custodio. A lot of other guys, Miles Miller, have gone on to do, some pretty exciting things in their professional careers. And even if they don't make the major leagues, it's still exciting to see guys come here and have success, move on. It's a good pitch.
Strike called there to move the count to 1-2. Majors leading by a score of 13-0 here. Have scored runs in all but the second. Now ripped into center field. That's a base hit. Takes a hop, but the Majors are going to hold him at third. Bulls won't go anywhere, and it's 14-0.
And that's what you call going station to station at this point in the ball game. I think it's just one of those things with just one out in the inning, and you're up 14-0 now. That it's a real classy move by Roop Shanderdat and his coaching staff to just kind of go station to station. And I know it's an unwritten rule, but I know you never know. Some people might not be happy with me saying it, but I still think it was a classy move by the Majors.
So now Gibson Kurzminski to the plate. Takes that first pitch low for a ball. Pitch, pretty good location there. Doesn't get the call. And it's quickly 2-0. Now 3-0. Kurzminski looks at 3 straight that aren't close to the zone. That one is a strike, so 3-1. Called strike on Kurzminski.
15 hits for the Majors, eh? Wow. And 14 runs.
Kurzminski rips one. That's going to find its way into right field for a base hit. 90 feet for everyone. And the lead is extended.
And just another great at-bat from Gibson Kurzminski. Now, the last time he was up, he shot one over the third baseman's head down the line. That was a pitch that was away. This time, the pitcher comes in and he stays with it. Sometimes, and I shouldn't say this, but it's not that complicated batting, right? You just kind of go with where the pitch is. I remember they used to talk about that with Josh Donaldson when he won the MVP in 2015. He did so much of that, right? He used all parts of the field.
If it's off the plate, hit it the other way. If it's inside,
exactly.
Get your hands on it, pull the ball, right?
Well, you played at a college level. You know how it is, right?
You just got to – I was on the other side of things.
Well, I know you're a pitcher, yeah.
When I threw the inside pitch, the guys would turn on it. Called a strike there, and the count now at 1-1.
But you talk about great days at the plate for the London Majors.
Fouled off and out of play, 1-2.
Starling Joseph obviously probably wanted that fourth hit, but he didn't expand the zone. He's 3 for 4 right now with 4 RBIs. You look at Gibson Kurzminski, 3 for 5 in this ballgame with 3 RBIs.
That pitch to the backstop. The run will come into scores. Joseph tacks another run on for the Majors. Wild pitch allows all the runners to advance up. 3-2 count on Phil Welland. And that one's going to be hit into center field. Ball is going to be caught by Morello. The throw in won't be in time to get Lawrence. And another run on for the Majors on the sacrifice fly by Phil Welland.
And this has been a lengthy inning for the London Majors. I don't know how many times I've seen Fernando Fernandez have to throw and then stop and then throw and then stop. It looks like he is going to come into the ballgame in the next half inning.
Well, if there was any question about Owen Boone staying in the game, another long inning like this will certainly put that to rest. So we will see the Majors go to the bullpen when we come back, as the first pitch to Chris McQueen is inside for a ball, 1-0.
And I mean, hey, I don't think anybody coming to the ballpark today expected the game to kind of go the way it has, given that these teams were 1 and 2 in the standings coming in. Now, if you look at the standings right now, Welland was 12-3, London 10-4. They'll probably win this game, so that's 11-4 record.
On the ground is shortstop, picked up on a couple of hots. McQueen is going to be thrown out here to end the inning. The Majors add another 5 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th It's the Majors 17, the Jackfish nothing here on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo, for any artwork that you need done, for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house, from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with a faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning, currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Back here inside Labatt Memorial Park as the London Majors a 17-0 lead over the Welland Jackfish, and the night is done for Majors starter Owen Boone. A fantastic start for Boone, 7 scoreless innings. And of course the Majors helped him with 17 runs across the plate in favor of the hometown club. But now they'll turn to the bullpen, and Fernando Fernandez, the left-handed arm, will come out to ideally probably finish off the ball game here for the Majors over the next 2 innings.
He's got 2 more innings to go for the London Majors. He's a left-hander that came over from Guelph a couple of seasons ago. So now he's in his first season with the London Majors. He's he's a crafty lefty. He's got a solid cutter, and he's a guy that could be a spot starter down the road. He's got some great command of his fastball. I really like what he did on Tuesday against Hamilton. I thought that was a really solid game from Fernando Fernandez. And this is a good opportunity for him to get some more innings and get some work, and we'll see what he brings tonight for the Majors.
A guy like Fernandez who comes into the game here, and you don't know coming to the ballpark you're going to be coming into a game where your team's up 17. But he's a battler, right? He's going to come in here and he's going to pitch like this isn't a 17-run lead, and he's going to pitch like it's a 2-run lead. Like he's coming in to save this ball game, because it's all about getting those reps at this time of year. Because the playoffs will come around the corner sooner than later, and you're going to be put into situations where you don't have this big of a cushion. Brandon Nicholson will lead things off here for the Jackfish.
And ideally you want quick last 2 innings, or 1.5, I should say.
First pitch is there for a strike, so that's a good start for Fernandez.
And I thought somebody was warming up, but
just some guys fooling around down in the bullpen maybe. Pitch upstairs from Fernandez.
No, and if things line up nicely with Fernandez tonight, it's going to be an opportunity to have more arms available for, Roop and his coaching staff tomorrow against a Baycats team in which they're no slouch as well. Now, I'm not sure who they're going to be starting tomorrow. It kind of remains to be seen there, but most likely we'll see, quite a few pitchers on Saturday. An opportunity to get maybe guys like Gore and Lewington and so on and so forth some work.
2-1 delivery coming here from Fernandez. Hit into center field, coming over, and a nice read on that one for Austin Wilkie, and there's one gone.
He's just so smooth in center field.
Read that one perfectly off the bat, and a nice first out there for Fernandez. One gone here in the top half of the 8th inning. Worth noting for the Majors, the only couple changes we saw, Kieran Bowles is now behind the plate. And then Dan Perrier came in for the designated hitter, so not out here defensively for the Majors. Zarlicina now, a 1-0 count after the first pitch missed from Fernandez. Now setting up inside Bulls. The pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Evens us up at 1-1. You mentioned the game tomorrow in Barrie. The Majors on the road for both days of this weekend. This one cued off the end of the bat. Coming over, Fernandez got to be quick. Shovels it to first in time. A little bit of hesitation right there from Phil Whalen at first, but he gets back to his bag, and a good recovery there for the out.
And you know what? Phil Whalen is relatively new to the position of first base. He's been mainly an outfielder throughout, the younger part of his career. I really did only pick up first base maybe the last 2 years, from what I understand. And he works really hard at first base. From what some of the guys tell me, he comes to practice early. He on off days he's here at the field, asking guys to hit him fungo, hit him ground balls at first base. Throw balls in the dirt to scoop them up. Like he really wants to improve as a first baseman, which it's so nice to have a guy like that. I mean, he works extremely hard, and it's phenomenal to have a great teammate like Phil Whalen on your roster.
Fernandez throws a strike across the plate and gets ahead. 0-1. Tyson Gaum is the pinch hitter into the game here for the Jackfish. Off the bench to take some swings here against the tough lefty in Fernandez. And he swings right through that pitch. It's 0-2. Fernando Fernandez looking to have a nice clean top of the 8th inning here. He's got an 0-2 count on Gaum. Setting up outside Bulls. Pitch to the plate. Just missing. The three Majors in the outfield and 3/4 of the infield are starting to make their way towards the Majors dugout. But it misses for a ball, and it's 1-2. Fernandez ready as he checks again. Now he comes to the plate. That one going to miss off the plate as well. Two close pitches there on 0-2. Same location for both. Doesn't get the call.
And he's dealing with a left-handed batter as well. He's got a sharp cutter. A real nice cutter. He's got that fastball as well. He's got a nice breaking ball. But, the cutter's one of the best pitches in baseball.
Lefty on lefty, too. Tough pitch to hit. That one fouled back. Nice job to stay alive at the plate.
And you know what? The thing about the cutter is it looks like a fastball, but it just has like a late, brief cut as it gets towards the batter. And that's what makes it so hard to hit. And it's not an easy pitch to throw, because if you give it too much movement, then it kind of hangs over the plate and the batter can take advantage.
Turns into a loopy slider
exactly.
Almost. And 2-2. That one catches the outside corner for a strike. And Fernando Fernandez has himself a nice-looking top of the 8th inning. A clean 1-2-3, and the strikeout ends it as we head to the bottom half of inning. Number 8, the Majors out in front by a score of 17-0. And another check at the out-of-town scoreboard here. A final in Hamilton, 5-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Hamilton Cardinals. In a game that took 2.5 hours at Bernie Arbor. Sometimes I'm jealous of those games, Dante. 2.5. The Brantford Red Sox and Guelph Royals are in the top half of the 6th inning. Brantford's lead has gone away, and the Guelph Royals now lead by a score of 9-8 in another high-scoring game in the IBL. Still lots of time left in that ball game, though, just in the top half of inning number 6.
Well, it looks like there's no movement down the left field line for the London Majors, so it is probably going to be Fernando Fernandez who's going to finish this ball game. And what a game for Owen Boone, as we talked about. 7 scoreless innings. Fernando Fernandez with a solid 8th. Maybe the Majors can tack on a couple of more runs to make it 20-0 or something, but I think they've got more than enough right now. And you talk about statement wins, especially the way Welland won both of those games. The Majors were in both. If you talk about the third game of the season, the first time they faced Welland, that's a game that probably the Majors should have won given they were up 7-1 in the ninth. Then the last game, they're up by a couple of runs in the mid-innings, and things kind of unravel, unfortunately, for London due to Welland's speed and so on and so forth, maybe a couple of mental mistakes on defense. And then tonight, you just come out and you play your game. And to me, that was the most impressive thing from this Majors team tonight. To score 17 runs on 16 hits. I know they committed 3 errors, which is something you don't want to do tomorrow against a Barrie team who has a very solid offense. Not saying that Welland doesn't have a good offense, but it's going to be an interesting next 2 days for the Majors.
Austin Wilkie will lead things off for the Majors in the bottom half of inning number 8. Majors up big in this ball game and looking to try and work this thing into the ninth and finish things off. First pitch fouled off by Austin Wilkie. Count now at 0-1 here against the Majors center fielder. That one's going to miss slow. 1-1. But a good crowd out here on this Friday night. A good portion of them still in the ballpark to witness us through the end of this one, although some fans here in the late going making their way towards the exits. Chopped back to the pitcher, picked up cleanly, throw to one in time to get the speedy Wilkie, and there's one gone to start the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up Keith Gandel with one gone here in the inning. Keith has been able to get on base a couple of times, but aside from that, 0 for 3. And now he lops this one into left field. And shallow left field, Brown comes on to make the catch, and there are 2 gone. A couple of quick outs for Bonacarso, and there's 2 outs as Dan Perrier will take his second swings here in the ball game after relieving Cleveland Brownlee of his designated hitter duties.
Always nice to give Cleve a break. And Bonacorso's got a live arm. I was really impressed with his play last season with the Welland Jackfish. He's a real good reliever out of that bullpen.
Upstairs on the second pitch there, and the count even now at 1-1 here on Dan Perrier. Pitch to the plate, catches the bottom of the zone. 1-2 here on the 6'9" Dan Perrier. Bonacarso to the plate, fouled off out of play over the top of the first base grandstand. They appeal down, he went around, and it's a strikeout for Bonacarso to end the inning. So a quick bottom of the 8th here. Majors don't get anything going, and it's a 17-0 lead as we go to the 9th inning. Majors look to close it out and finish off the win here on this Friday night on Majors TV.
Here we go.
Believe me, you've never heard a talk show like this.
I'm sleeping with Joe Carter. By the way, Joe did not touch them all.
Yeah, I have to say, like, your voice is fantastic.
Meet Smitty.
Listen, I'm the brains here.
And Mitty.
And I'm the good-looking funny one.
This is the Smitty Mitty Show.
Catch new episodes of the Smitty and Mitty Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at EatHealthyEats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. And after that, the rest is up to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals right to your door twice a week. Then eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and athletes. Whether it's the London Knights, Nationals, or Lightning, or even your London Majors, Game Day London has you covered. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. Game Day London, a proud sponsor of your London Majors.
To the ninth inning we go here in London. Thank you for watching with us here on the London Majors YouTube page. Majors TV coverage on a lovely Friday night. The Majors have treated the hometown fans to an absolute onslaught of offense. 17 runs on 16 hits for the Majors, and now Fernando Fernandez, who came into the ballgame in the 8th, will be back out for the ninth inning to try and finish off the final 3 outs of this contest. Big thank you to Dante DiCario for hopping on and joining me for innings 5, 6, 7, and 8. It was only supposed to be an inning, but when I'm on the call alone tonight, he decided to stay for a few extra. Talk about this London Majors club as that first pitch ripped off the bat of Ethan Hunt and into left field for a base knock. So the Jackfish have the leadoff man on as now Matt Hildebrandt gets set to bat against the lefty. Some let's go Hildy chants from the Jackfish fans who have made the trip down to London tonight. As Matt Hildebrandt, who's 1 for 3, he had the double off the base of the right field wall. Ended up being the Jackfish first hit of the ball game. Blue Jays fans, the Jays up 8-2, top of the 8th inning in Milwaukee. That pitch going to miss inside to Hildebrandt. The count moves to 2-0. 5-run second and a 3-run 7th for Toronto. All-star favorite Alejandro Kirk with another home run this evening in Milwaukee. As that pitch is there for a strike. 2-1 here on Hildebrandt. If you're a fan of hockey, the Tampa Bay Lightning up 3-2 in the late going against the Colorado Avalanche. 3:42 to go in that contest. Hildebrandt takes a strike. And the count moves to 2-2. Tampa looking to force game 6 back in Florida. Fernando Fernandez ready on 2-2. To the plate, blocked by Bowles. Hildebrandt took that one, and the count will move to full. For your IBL out of town, we were talking about the final in Hamilton, 5-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and in the bottom of the 6th inning, Guelph is up 9-8 on the Brantford Red Sox. 3-2 delivery to the plate. Oh, and it's just going to miss there to Hildebrandt. Fernando thought he had that one. It'll be a walk to put runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the 9th. So Cole Cote now to the plate as Fernandez has a hit and a walk to start the 9th inning. And now Hildebrandt will be relieved for a pinch runner over at first base. Be a pinch runner at the plate. Cole Cote actually going to get pinch hit for as well. As Greg Marco comes to the plate. Pitch from Fernandez, fouled off on the fastball upstairs. It's 0-1. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning for the Majors, who are looking to close things out. Send the Majors fans home happy. Ripped into left field, base hit. Runners are going to be held as they move up 90 feet. And the Jackfish have the bases loaded with nobody out here in the 9th inning. So Hogan Brown now to the plate. Hogan Brown's 0 for 3. Batting here in the 9th inning. Pitch called a strike, and Fernandez gets ahead 0-1 here on the Jackfish left fielder. No check of the runners. Comes straight through. That one hit hard past the diving Kurzminski into left field. They're going to wave home the runner. Throw from left is high. No chance for the tag, and 2 runs will come in to score on the double. I make it 17-2. So Marco at third, Brown after the double at second. And now the top of this Jackfish order is Gio Morello. Comes to the plate. Fernandez still without an out in the 9th inning. First pitch going to miss off the plate there to Morello. It's 1-0. Strike on Morello to even the count up at 1-1. Runners at second and third. Nobody out here on the top of the 9th inning. 17-2 Majors. Fernandez outside, 2-1. Quieted down here at the ballpark. A few fans still cheering on the club as a big lead here in the 9th inning with Jackfish with some runs across here and still pressing. Pitch low from Fernandez, and it's now 3-1 here on Morello. Fernandez ripped off the bat of Morello into right center field. A couple of runs will come in to score. Morello will hold up at second base with a double. And it's a 17-4 ball game. Nobody out here in the 9th inning. Gio Morello with a rocket into right center field. It's his third hit of the ball game. And he stands at second base with nobody out here in the inning. As Fernandez, who cruised through the 8th inning, runs into some trouble here in the 9th. First pitch there for a strike. As he gets up on Mateo Portolato. Ready, fouled off, caught by Bowles, and it's 0-2. Good time for Fernando to attack the hitter here, go for the first out of the inning. Pitch missing low in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2, hit on the ground. Coming over, McQueen from second, picks it up, throw to one. In time to get Porcelato, and there's one gone. Moving up to third is Morello. But the Majors get the first out of the inning, 4-3 on the putout. Brandon Nicholson to the plate now. One gone here in the inning as Fernandez looks to close the door on this ball game. Ball ripped into the right center field gap, coming over Joseph. He's not going to have a play on it. It will roll up against the wall, as Nicholson rolls into second base with a double. And the Jackfish have put up 5 runs here in the inning. So now a quick little visit by Bowles and the pitching coach Brent Wales, as with 5 runs across here in the ninth, the Majors have some action down in the home bullpen. So Braden Farrington will warm up here as the mound visit to try and calm down Fernando Fernandez. It was a 1-2-3 8th inning for Fernandez. Came back out here for the ninth with a 17-run lead. And the Jackfish have just been putting the barrel on the ball. 5 runs across. 5 runs in the ninth. Just 1 out as Nicholson stands at second after the double. Hit on the ground, third base. Krusminski picks it up, throw to one in time to get him. So Zarley's seen a thrown out. Quick recovery from Fernandez, and there's 2 gone. So Tyson Gom to the plate. He is the shortstop, came in to pinch hit for the Jackfish. Now batting here in the ninth. Pitch from the lefty to the plate will miss outside for a ball, 1-0. Delivery to the plate, missing low to Gom, and it's 2-0. .24 pitches in the inning for Fernando Fernandez. Took him just 11 to get through the 8th. 5 runs across here for Welland. Pitch fouled off out of play on the 2-0, and it's 2-1. Nicholson, who stands at third for the Jackfish. He had another hit here in this inning. Fernandez and the Majors looking for the final out of the ball game. Here's the 2-1 to the plate. Off the plate, 3 balls and a strike here on Gom. Fernandez just missing. It seems like he is falling off the mound there. Pitch to the plate inside. Doesn't get the call. Gom will take the walk to put runners at the corners here in the ninth. Ethan Hunt led off the inning here for the Jackfish with a leadoff single. They've now batted around. Put 5 runs up, runners at the corners, 2 outs, as that one is going to be fouled out of play over top of the first base grandstand, and the count for Fernandez moves to 0-1. off the plate. Good take by Hunt. And the count even at a ball and a strike apiece. Pitch to the plate, strike as he catches the zone. Fans that are still left in the ballpark clapping along here as Fernandez looks to end the ball game. 1-2 to the plate, bounced and blocked by Bowles. And the count at 2-2 now. Ready again is Fernandez. 2-2 to the plate. On the ground, third base, Krasminski goes the long way across the diamond in time for the final out of the ball game. So the Majors win it. 17-5 is the final. The Jackfish got a couple 5 runs back in the 9th inning to make it a little closer of a ball game, but the Majors offense comes alive here in London on this Friday night. A big win for them to kickstart the weekend as they win by a final score of 17-5. That does it for our broadcast here tonight. The Majors 17 runs on 16 hits, 3 errors for the Pinstripes. The Jackfish 5 runs, all coming in the 9th inning, 10 hits for Welland to 3 errors as well for the Jackfish, and a big win for the Majors to kickstart a 3-3 weekend. They'll be on the road tomorrow afternoon in Barrie. 4 o'clock is the scheduled first pitch from Vintage Throne Stadium as the Majors look to continue on their hot ways. And then Sunday afternoon, they are in Hamilton to take on the Cardinals. The next Majors home game, Friday of Canada Day. Keep in mind, it is a 6 o'clock start on Friday of July 1st. The Majors will have the Big Heads in town as they look to have a big win in front of a good crowd on Canada Day. Keep in mind the start time as we have that as our next broadcast. That does it from us here on Majors TV. From our production crew, myself, Noah Smith, we say thank you for watching with us tonight, and we'll see you next week here for a big contest on Majors TV.